Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. They look forward to another wonderful show today. Very, very critical things happening in the Republic of Sierra Leone, and we find them fit for now we come and join voice. As many are using, like I can say, the social media is designed to be useful and a method way, not a way where we can able to forget to our loved ones sooner than later. But again, sometimes it can be used for the opposite. And they are critical underlying questions where I will present to me panelists in today for now we're able for joint voice and try to get some underlying questions answered. With that said, and I welcome once again with a pause here for now before I bring the panelists them. And then we will come and start. And please share wide and far for now others go join voice too as well and give their own take. Welcome, Mr. Sanko. I see you. I'll acknowledge you right away. Would they come right back? And I thank you for your time. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television, where every voice matters. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. Always ready and determined to bring you current events from home and abroad. What to expect, wide focus or range of topics from political, family, relationship, empowerment, breaking news, both local and international, emergency topics, entertainment, both local and international, comedy, event affecting our various communities, political debate, educational session, exclusive interview with either local or international celebrities or high profile, showcasing up and coming artists, entrepreneurs, philanthropists. If it is happening, we're here to be that voice and the network to show it. If you have a story, let's share it, build it, and show it. Let us be your voice. Stay tuned to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television for more. Do not forget to subscribe to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our Instagram page, and our Twitter page. And also feel free to visit our website. We thank you all for being part of the Salon for All Network family. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television, where every voice matters. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. His Excellency the President, I want to draw your attention to another audio or video again, where be made, if I'm not mistaken, September 24th, 2017 by not an outside person. Like we go say, oh, something this na NGC, they say I'm on a APC person, on a C4C, no, but this na one of your political member where it be say you know you from your own perspective and from history. It makes some salient points then where basically some of it where many will still question. They talk about how let me begin first with the Ebola funding. It makes some comments on that with accountability. It makes some comments with corruption and not giving account to the money given to you by the former president, His Excellency Dr. Anis Koma. They talk about the conduct or the indiscipline of one of you minister, one of the deputy minister of internal affairs. It makes series of comment on that. It also makes series of concern about that same individual they playing the tribal card games and also not holding oneself accountable. And it also make emphasis on about regional balance, basically how there was a lot of tribalism being played on your end. You talk about the sincerity and lying. You talk about violence, integrity, attacking folks, basically we know they in the camp. It also make emphasis of waiting now. People then they say there's difference between Pauper and SLPP, and the list goes on. Like we basically musicians say, Emerson say the Babati. So it make emphasis on that. So without further ado, make a take you back to this video. Like I can always say, I like for back up my statement with authentic evidence them. At least no go point out certain things them. And the reason why I bring this, like I say, when that type of comparison be made prior to you coming in, and now it's coming to reality in so many areas, then I guess Sierra Leoneans go judge their own conclusion.
Me salon fambul them uno ado this na Alpha Saidu Bangura of Kapu Sense no Kapu word. They continue for respond to the misguided and very indisciplined lie Lawrence Liman where Julius Madabio can impose as National Publicity Secretary na the SLPP by unlawful means. Lie Lawrence Liman, you dey mistake me for Julius Madabio. Now that make you say me Alpha Saidu Bangwa don't take money to person for can expose Madabio in records. Lie Lawrence Liman, me anoge bra, anoge boss, nobody no day na the world we own me. Therefore nobody no day we at the work for. Julius Madabio na ingo mortgage himself to President Anesco because he no one for work and he add up. During the Ebola time, when people like John Benjamin take the sweat of your face, they go Kenema and Kaila for go help people the way the Ebola be attacked. Julius Madabio in the England, he dey live off the goodwill of friends. When the Ebola don't done, now that time Julius Madabio can salon go to President Anescoma, go take money, say in they can sensitize people them about the Ebola. Take today, you know, account for that money day. Go ask Julius Madabio, let tell you who that they pay for the Oswe day. If he tell you the truth, then you go no say, now him go take money to the APC for can destroy the SLPP. Me not go ever behave so, because me get shame and respect for myself. So do you not ever mistake me for Julius Madabio. Lie Lawrence Liman. Prince Adin go lie to you say, now because Intel Pakaba say, Pakaba they puel the SLPP, now for that make Pakaba Sakam. Well, let me tell you what to make Pakaba Sakam. When Prince Adin was minister responsible for transport, Ebengo bring some foreigner them where be they do some helicopter business. Them people and they, even though boku them experts they don't tell them say the helicopter they hold them be they run get mechanical issues. Prince Adin tell them say may they ignore the precaution they may them continue for run the helicopter, then take the helicopter, then they can kill a huge number of Togolese them because the people that don't bribe Prince Adin $60,000. The day where that helicopter they for them, where he kill boku Togolese them, that same day President Alhaji Ahmad Tijan Kaba sack Prince Adin. And everybody know that. So if you they go listen to Prince Adin, now because una all useless and una all they lie. And una not go able for can lie to we because we know the truth. Lie Lawrence Liman, Prince Adin, from where Pakaba Pulam, and not come back again, pass where Pakaba don't die, and he say Julius Madabio equally corrupt like himself, na he no go tolerate, and that's when they come back. And I also glad when Prince Adin orchestrate for make the unlawfully expel Chief Sumano Kapen, we will let the party stand up against them and make sure say we reinstate Chief Sumano Kapen back. If Prince Adin Amo be get sense, that day if we don't come out na this party in national executive. And it do and two them all them two them then they we sure say not to get the party, we sure say people in the party no respect them. I sure say you lie Lawrence Liman ki remember not then 2-3 weeks here where Dr. Mane come, where people see say he gets a clean record, where people see say he loyal to the party, people and be ready for vote for them. Even though most of them delegates them won't put so are not paid up member. But even the unpaid up members, then they be ready for pull Prince Adin. Now for that make Prince Adin acting on the instruction of Julius Madabio, who believe in violence and thuggery, make them go beat Dr. Mane in supporter there, wound them, broke some eye and bust some people the head. That Madabio they can't tell we will get sense that we say ain't not believe in violence. So they think say I ain't turn so we turn. Lai Lawrence Liman, now you then dreb na law school because of indiscipline. Before you conscious say you unbrought up, you not get training. For that, you go all over social media say, now because you na mende, now make them dreb you. The same thing happen where they sack you, come out, na the Salon Army, again for act of indiscipline. Instead of you conscious say something is wrong with you, you're not able for act right. For that, you go all over the place, say, now where you na mende, I make them pull you come on at the army. You know how many mende people them, then at the army? You know how many mende them, then at the University of Sierra Leone? But I tell God, thank you, people and they will not listen to you. And because you indiscipline, because you misguided, now for that make Julius Madabio can install you as national publicity secretary by unlawful means. Well, we know they tolerate that. Members say we SLPP na the party of Sir Milton Medai. We SLPP na the party of Sir Albert Medai. We SLPP na the party of Tapliman Gobe. We SLPP na the party of Chief Julius Gulama. These are all disciplined people from the southeast. Therefore, you, Lawrence Liman, Prince Adin, where they sack for thief, Julius Madabio, where thief we country in money, it can buy also cost over $600,000 in America on another place, na the SLPP. We get a zero tolerance for corrupt and indisciplined people. Now for that make we not go ever tolerate to now. Because Julius Madabio no say he not go able for win clean elections. Now for that make all them. It bring Rocho trick, it bring unconstitutional issues them for can impose itself for make it can continue for destroy the SLPP because now that's the APC don't pay for. Well, me I not so. Me nobody know buy me. Me I not get bra. I am my own man. I live by the sweat of me own face. That make every day I wake in the morning I go walk. I get the joy of bringing food na me own table. I get the joy of putting roof over me own head. I not depend by nobody. So don't mistake me for Julius Madabio we corrupt. Julius Madabio, the day where he unlawfully overthrow Strasser, where he impose himself. The next day, now in brother Steve Bio, where he been take Boku government contract and doing MPR system, go pull Boku, boss them. Them transport the way we get. Now Wataki, without pay penny as custom tax. Julius Madabio give a waiver, even though in brother not to be government official, he not entitled to a waiver. He get tax exempt, so he not be entitled to. And that act of Julius Madabio bring a big financial loss to Sierra Leone and its people. Now that record day, now you, Lawrence Liman, and Prince Adin will believe in corruption. One for can market Julius Madabio with, well, in other place, now the SLPP. The SLPP, not a corrupt party. Therefore, today, Sunday, September 24, 2017, me, Alpha Saidu Bangoa, they donate Julius Madabio, Prince Alex Adin, and Lawrence Liman to the APC, who say una rightfully belong. Una not get no business, no place. Now we SLPP. Una get out. Let we can restructure and rebuild with party. You they talk about regional balance. I want to let you go look this on our executive, we want to bring come by unlawful means because now delegates them we're not members of the party, now then go elect una. Let you see, say, na 31 people le una pick day. Go see how many come on at the south. Go see how many come out at the east. Go see how many come on at the north. Go see how many come out at the western area. And can't tell we will get sense now we had. No, we not tell you if that executive day gets a regional balance. You don't know what's in a regional balance. So just keep quiet. Again, I they say, as from today, I they donate Julius Madabio and una always na incorrupt supporter them.
Greetings once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. Once again, I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabe. Make a pause and bring in we panelists for today before I present to them the topic of the day. Welcome, Mr. Aliyu Iskandari, attorney at large. Welcome, sir. Kindly introduce yourself to the world.
Hello, I am Aliyu Iskandari. I am a Sierra Leonean, and I am a lawyer in California for the past 26 years.
Wonderful. Welcome once again. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation. Make a call on Mr. Zubairo. Welcome, sir. Kindly identify yourself and introduce yourself. Sorry, I should say. Check your device. It look like you're on mute, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Khadija, for inviting me to your wonderful program. My name is Harun Zubairu, and been in the United States for almost 30 years. And I'm a social activist, but also a nurse, but also a agency supporter.
Wonderful, all-rounder. Welcome, sir. Thank you for also honoring the invitation. Mr. Muhammad Sise, commonly known as Mr. Muhammad 91. Welcome, sir. Kindly take the floor for introduce yourself. Welcome once again.
All right, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. My name is Muhammad 91 Sise, dubbed as the global voice of APC. I'm a social entrepreneur and a politician. I'm a PRO of the APC party.
Welcome once again, and thank you as well for honoring the invitation. Make our land to a topic today, as the flyers say, is the governing SLPP manipulating social media to undermine democracy in Sierra Leone, or is it true that the APC opposition is planning a coup to return back to power? From your host again, Khadija Tijanabe, I present to you, my panelists once again. I want to say it's worrisome, whatever way you want to put them. Now we look at Franca, wherein the way how social media don't they go into this year, so in terms of the commentators and supporters of both political party sponsor. So I wonder we talk about some of the things that over the year. I want to play some very troubling audio where they surface various social media platform. We don't left we all in a very panicking state of mind. I should say one thing where we all go frown against is for God forbid we get war in our country. But I can always say the social media is good if we only use them for the right reasons, and if we decide again for use them for the opposite reason, obviously it will bring instability, and the list goes on. And I can always say who that they drive. As a driver and a passenger, the driver gets more sane as to where the direction where the vehicle for go. There's no way I can always say, and many can look and say, oh no, I just want favor one party. No. When somebody they govern, now in get the responsibility for ensure that peace, unity, oneness, stability prevail. So having said that, before you hold anybody else accountable, you get for hold yourself accountable, you get for hold your supporter or the people them. Like I can give the example, if I didn't host, I not go left me on picking and force for advise them and make sure say then they do right and be a productive citizen before I go left and go advise other people picking them. So all that I want to present to you now, but the first thing where I want to do first, I want anything what they talk I want be credible. So some of the concerns then way I they present to you now through obvious audio, and then from there now I go open the dialogue for see what's in I think, and
unfortunately will not get somebody from the Sierra Leone People's Party, which I did reach out to some, but of course no one tend to honor the invitation. But from the All People's Congress, we'll get somebody who will go answer the question and the concerns. When Mr. 91, we'll get to a wonderful lawyer as well. We'll also give with the in total of the law. And then we'll get to Mr. Zubairo, where, of course, like I introduced itself, they look things on the NGC perspective, but as a whole, we all look at the interests of Sierra Leone. So I hope so we'll gear towards that. Having said that, make a play some of the disturbing audios then where they go from one social media platform to another.
Connection successful.
If we knock out war, I repeat again, me Attila tell you now, if APC idiot them, APC illegitimate people them, the APC Yayeman them, hoodlums, thugs, jamba smoker them, drug addicts them, if we not doing war, na salon, we not count respect right now. That should say, we not all talk and no bite, we not dog, but we not get teeth. Because most of them are, what is about to be seen, they dog bring them. If we not bring war na salon, we not manhood. We don't believe say we not a man. If we not bring war again, that should say the need for go to DNA for no that really born. If we not bring war na salon, we not challenge. Last time this, I don't repeat this parable. You know the scared belly now die but two. No way.
Now excuse the language, please.
No way. You know the scared people of salon with war. We are not afraid of it. You know, so most of them are sponsor the war and a salon, a sponsor Johnny Paul's stupid coup 1997. Most of them, we know that. Even though we implicate that word, we defend it, and social this supported it. So we know that very well. But if you think, say, the mentality of 23 years ago, now we, this time they accept. Well, we have go be the most dumb people ever. We have dumb ask them. I don't know this Islamic power. If you know they think that way, they say, oh, let's just try something more. What beginner? I'm afraid international community will coincide and form national government of OT, national unity government for law can apart with the back door. We have a mistake. If you not think, say, by doing this, President will go afraid for release the white paper, the government no go be brave enough for take action against you as a result of the white paper in findings which show say most of them are thief, most of them are something no cat. Most of them are IMP, one of them dirty box AAP supporter them. If you not think so, when I started with nonsense or threatening people, government will fail. The women are the most dumb people then, most idiotic, most imbecile government can allow me people then ever. That's only until I say for battle waiting the women see. Yes, this time now, we will take the challenge, but you know what? When I don't talk about cooking, when I try anything in that country, they gain violence. What's happening? Now, all inside when I don't inside people, they go tell us a picnic will know. They go tell us saying the waka no more they stroll. That's what they tell it. So this is a challenge. Anywhere you do, whether you do diaspora, whether you do anywhere you say you support APC or when I buy for blue fat na salon. If you are not blank from this day on, the 21st of August, show say we are man who they not complete. It shows say we are there. We don't call dumb player. Now we are Nigerian man called your man then. I said them call you now. Yeah, that one a fake general. The one I got among when I say no. I repeat, nobody know the way born of a woman get a mind to do one a salon. Nobody know the way born of a woman get mind for attempt to a salon. If the person who in family disappear, if the person who in generation be wiped out, no try. Do you ever, no matter what position you get, we don't give a damn about what position. If anybody attempts coup or anybody attempts any violence against a salon, you can be sure, with a clear the dirty cupboards, we will clean that place there. Because maybe they tolerate too much for the top nonsense they are. And now, we they call on everybody we know who certain people are where they spread their evil message, they play their message by Bluetooth. We will go after them. Whatever you do, you either they play them their message by Bluetooth, we will go after them. Now do this now, this way APC wants and let's see how far that goes. Una go after them. Government, not to government now. Now we they tell you now. People's network. They tell you this now. Anywhere when I see them, they play that stupid idiot way in the power on a highway, not exactly even sure. Right? Because a crazy baby sock. Where they Holland, we see come out where they call themselves a liar. Any time when they play messenger openly, you take action. Citizens arrest. Because we don't allow nobody for being instability in that country. If everything thinks that they no more belong by the corridors of power, if they think that they no more hold a monopoly on violence and they no more right for the really stupid thing they do, then let us see. If the gutter level politics not sufficient for them, we will go there and mass them aim at the gutter then. And this is a rallying cry to all SFP supporters. Enough is enough. We have had enough of this nonsense. It's not a brag with the brag. We are telling you now, citizens action. Now what happen now, yeah? They now call APC the bluff pan. Let the one they don't set this feature next week or week after next. Let them hate now. Let us not take action one thing. And I repeat, if you are not here, another APC come back the APC dirty box there. If you are not effect, you are not this fet here. Now salute, you are not doing this fet one thing. They will not blank. That should say that thing they call in a man, not demanded. Trust me. That should say they will not join for nothing, a fake. That they call in a man. That should say we are not get them. Me Attila, I'm even challenging now. We not be man where they talk about war. It shows say everything will make you proud of your womanhood a non-existent by you if you're not doing this war. If you're not listening now. Now I want to really challenge you now. We're waiting now for my response for this war. Idiot here. Damn idiot. 10 times every APC supporter, every APC parliamentarian, every APC councillor, now 10 times idiot. Every APC leader idiot. When a chairman leader for life and is by Torombo not like Ebola Kobana, idiot. And every other APC executive, every one of them, they all are idiots. Now what? I don't talk now. Bring it on. Damn idiots, stupid fool. When I mean war, when I go meet fake Ibrahim from away, they don't blood my NGC. We're going to talk about BLGB and it's Coco Bangla because I now all bluff. Where did he clean himself and go find more tips or put my nuts? Now we consider for talk to her. Where we one place for Instagram where you enter, feed away catch and don't go talk to her. We don't talk to idiots come back like they don't run in the calling her nothing. You said they talk, now they didn't sleep. You said they sleep, now they didn't eat. You said they shit, now they didn't eat. So we don't talk to these idiots. But when we challenge to them now, yeah? I will challenge every APC idiot, every APC scallywag, every APC Lincoln poop, every APC beggar and chiefman because that is makeup of Akata Oliden. So when I bring war, if you not bring war, actually make a man. That means a non-existent. Trust me, it is non-existent. Now why? And most of them, I make a big man, I don't call them by my business, I know the user. Now, okay, so Bayaga, whatever it's called. Now, I make a big man, don't say they the money. Yeah, because that thing is non-existent. I make a empty talk. So if I'm not doing my business, I make also my permanent to a mat. Permanent to a mat, now the paper. Anybody who is in a business, you know, but that's the paper. It's a fool, it's a big fool, he ate the empty for nothing. These are the message to APC. This is not only the normal program, but these are the message to APC supporters. When I bring this fact now, I don't talk about for long. When I know the scared the Leone or die the two, yeah? When I bring come, they are big. Other day go, so now I'm behind them. Now they go. When I don't behind them, they go. Not matter day, trust me, no way. The only way matter they go for a second time. They win my land slide. When I got the guy I'm going to say because anybody who's sober minded say no, they look when I say that when I go ever win election 2023. But when I 50 people who talk about SHIT, when I go listen to them. They first that money wey myself for Adebayo $25,000. Wey make you begin to talk all kind slush. Yeah, if I send more for them. When I teach money now for pay, yeah, remember. Now because bomber them for pay idiots them for the talk. Because you don't know what you do say now 1,000 at the gap. So now they talk. Let them talk. But we don't challenge you. Now go beyond this talk now. This talk don't work. We now act now. We now act. We don't wait. Like how the my one say now, we say the turn now, we more than prepare. More than prepared. Some of you know what you know. I swear, when I go sit down quiet, when I say, what are they just make themselves? But until I know, I'm not going to say, don't let me, who down go. gomena siakani makwenu November. Nonsense. Ah. Whoa. What are they? Una not seen that yet. Una been rubber. Talk. Una been one of the countries number 46 by the global peace index and number 5 in Africa. Yeah? I been what they see. So nothing I think we attend them for let this world. So now we're going to so. So we counter. In a population reduction mechanism, so people like Boku. So now I use myself. So now we know. We can't check no more. And so the government tell me say, una lead by law and order. Una big man my business. Small for as I did and the issue press is the threatening. That idiot say go coach on a parliament day. Go na India people they talk about getting the president. The organ is on a parliament they talk Boku no. They all Makeni behind the matter. Una very nonsense to share the day. Una count war. Yeah? Una count war. They are big boo. Beach war not full of blind. Now we blind. When I know you understand nothing. I don't know. Nonsense. All I talk rubbish. The young one I talk pickaxe. Bye. Now share this message.
All right, I go do one more, then we start the debate. Then as we go on, I go play other one them as well.
Then across the globe, all Sierra Leoneans, it's not necessarily where you find yourself, but in as much as you are a Salone person and you get the genuine interest of this country, today now August 23rd, 2020, and me now Joseph Austin Johnny. And normally, me then they call the socio-economic freedom fighter of Sierra Leone, and me now the national grassroots leader of the Slpp Sierra Leone. And we don't listen to lots of audios, lots of broadcasters across the globe. We're not Sierra Leoneans. Where they broadcast, where they trigger instability, where they tell their supporters that on Monday, we're not tomorrow, that they for come out massively and protest, creates violence, creates instability, creates total destruction on lives and properties of citizens of this country, and even for stage a coup d'etat for overthrow a democratically elected government. For unseat the sitting president, a president will go through an elections, 2 consecutive elections, where now the APC themselves, they conduct that elections, when now the APC themselves, they do the boundary delimitations, they give themselves boku constituencies, then fraud the national census, where they then fix up the National Electoral Commission structures and where we get the constitutional mandate for conducting elections in this country. And this president, when our president Julius Maada, in first round, he win the majority percentage. We're going to runoff. That runoff, the winner against Samuel Kamara. And this is now the president where the APC, because they're disgruntled, because they're frustrated. Then they say that they gallivant, they will mobilize tomorrow, when on Monday, August 24th, for overthrow, for create instability in the country. All right. The reason why we take this sentiment very serious, because recently we don't see a situation we say one full man, it will make an audio, a trigger issues and a trigger problem na Pademba Road prison, and make prisoners them, they go on rampage, they want to break the prison for escape. We see the consequence. And we don't see a situation we say same full man, it put an audio. It talks say, hey, now just one boat, 16 boats for going at sea for fishing. Then they make lots of supporters, then go on rampage, now that part of the country, then destroy lots of lives and properties, then burn down and destroy even healthcare center, now Tumbo. It will be go down where we too. And that's the reason why we now they take their sentiment and they're very serious. because we get a proactive administration, we get a robust and spontaneous administration. When we get then sentiment here, where they come out from a misguided Sierra Leoneans, we go take them very serious. And not only we go take them very serious, we go act on them decisively. And that's why, from we, the grassroots of SLPP point of view, we take this sentiment very, very serious. And this is a sentiment where we say we not just left now in the hands of government alone, but as members, as defenders of the ruling party, SLPP, especially the grassroots, we they take this sentiment very, very, very serious. Government, yes, this is a ruling party. They go play their own role. The police go play their own role. The military go play their own role. But we believe in the core values of the party. We get significant role for play. We get defense organizations within the party. We get grassroots organizations across the country. We always see the views of the party. We want to instruct the National Steering Committee for them we all be vigilant from today now, where anybody will get this audio. And we don't go sit down, we left say now, no, this government they in power, right? We they left the security of the protection of the lives and properties of the people only in the hands of the government. No, we know they do that. And we all be doing now simultaneously. The grassroots of SLPP, we are law abiding people. And we believe say we can always ignore the security of the state in the hands of the police. But if the APC then do not necessarily say they not going to give this country blow, we ready for go on rampage now for put there now them fixed positions. It don't mean say when you be in opposition that you don't become useless in society. In fact, that's not the time when you need for portray yourself for be serious, you need for bring projects and proposals them how Sierra Leoneans will see you like a valuable and important entity. But disappointingly, the type of opposition we don't get now a destructive and useless opposition. But make I just tell the APC the consequence of waiting the plan for them. Before we now the do so now, we don't plan it. We don't plan it and we're ready for executor. We're ready for make sure safe the properties and lives of this country. And the president, when we vote for, we're ready for protect them yesterday, today, and tomorrow. If the APC venture, they can tell you what you go do that. The entire former executive, the current executive of the All People's Congress, they all will suffer the consequence from the chairman, the leadership of UNESCO. Now take countdown to the least member of the national executive of APC, Dr. Samuel Kamara, in Pekin and in close associate. They all will suffer the consequence of the action where APC don't plan for do tomorrow. The likes of Ambassador Yansaneden, they all will suffer in Pekin, in wife, and in close associate. They will ever remain the token as history. All former ministers under APC will serve under that party. They all with their wife.
No, sorry.
Above 18 years, they all will suffer the consequence of waiting when I don't plan for you.
Would I ever they reach me? Please do not reach me, please.
Members of parliament under una party. Then now, then picking their wives, right? They will suffer the severe consequence of waiting when I don't plan for them. The current members of parliament under that party, hey, make I tell you that when I will suffer the consequence of waiting when a party who them, they don't plan for them. The current councillors and the former councillors under the APC, believe me, whether we like it or not, we now the National Steering Committee, grassroots of SLPP, we will make una go suffer massive destruction. We now wipe them, we now picking them, we now go suffer massive destruction upon our actions. The current councillors, the mayors across the country, any municipality where the APC they control, that mayor they. The mayor in West or a man in Pekin will have to suffer massive consequence because we will make sure that we inflict total destruction.
No, sorry. Okay. We'll come back to the end of that audio though, because it's pretty lengthy. I don't know, it just shut off. I want to bring come Mr. Iskandi, fellow Sierra Leoneans, and also say for in our way love Salon, we love believe in oneness, unity, and peace for that country. They are not say go hard for they listen to some of these audios. And many they always say, oh, why not hold Adebayo accountable or whatever? Like us make an open statement. Anything we they do, you get for all oneself accountable. You have to live in the example as a leader. And I get a lot of other things that I will share with the audience today, where in I go able for conclude as to where they come from. Before you hold anybody accountable or the main opposition, like I can say, governance is not only limited to who that they govern, but every Sierra Leonean gets their own part away they play. Everybody responsible for play their own parts. But before all that's said and done, when this kind of critical message they come out, they threaten the lives of fellow Sierra Leoneans where they get equal rights in that nation. The first thing where the office of the president for do or any member or cabinet member, whoever is in charge of information or whatever the case may be, now for make sure say then debunk that, then also arrest this man for further investigation. But because we have selective justice in our country, but when other person do whether na NGC now, na C4C now, na APC, they want to hold it accountable. So it's a lot of mess, but it's rather unfortunate that they continue to go through that. And they always use this platform for tell the youth of Sierra Leone, everything we long say it must get an end to it. And I not take matter in a hand. And I always stay as law-abiding citizen. Nobody not gets power in the world but God. And with that God, now in they choose somebody where they give half of small of that power. They. Anybody will decide for abuse them power in a left and a God in hand. And I'm going to go through a lot of pain, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be, and I not retaliate, and I not fight. In a left and a God in hand, God is in control of everything. Nothing not the way much man they do not this way not go get pay in pay. So in a no fight, in a no do anything, we go in a gonna tight corner. In a left everything is surrender and a God in hand. Where God fights for you as a human being, a pass way much man they fight for himself. I rest my case now. Bring lawyer Iskandri coming. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Did you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome.
Thank you. So you want me comments?
Yes, I want to know you look on a legal aspect, and then also hold on 1 second. Mr. Jallo, it seemed like you kind of so not for look at things on a national level. No, I will not play Mr. Adebayo in audio now, so because I get an on the audience where they accommodate everyone. So I need to judge them because in getting way they doing your activism. But when it comes to profanity, that is one of the things we do not do here. So hence the reason why I will not play it. You understand? But again, do not look at Adebayo. Look at the supporter of we current administration and we president and in cabinet member them. They for hold themselves one accountable, and then the supporter for let them leave, let them be the role model what they want to see for Salon. Come in, sir.
Yes, Una, good afternoon. Let's start off first with Attila. I want to make this statement, and I want to make it clear and unequivocal that Attila, as a musician or somebody who I like music, and I don't listen to music many times. He was one of my heroes. When Anescoma appointed Attila to the office of the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare, I thought that was a wonderful move, particularly the fact that he's blind. And it tells me that the government of Anescoma be all-inclusive, such that they appoint somebody who is basically blind, but to a very high position. You see, what Attila is doing is inciting violence. You see, Attila don't talk Boku
And I would like for stock in clear,
Yes,
so
sir,
people are not
please.
scared for understand me. Attila, now ungrateful man. Because no government, no SLPP government before, no APC government before, don't ever get mine for appointment as a deputy minister. Now in notes, and the way they behave in a very infantile way, now he calls Attila for lost in job as a minister. Now remember now, we all hear that video and the audio. You understand? He was very unprofessional in that capacity. That's why he lost his job. But then again, when I hear the way they talk about Ernest Koroma, I can always say Ernest Koroma deserved him. Because there were also more competent people that were APC that supported Ernest Koroma, where Ernest Koroma ignored for appoint people like Attila, for appoint people like what in the name said Kaikai, Moidwe Kaikai, for appoint people like Sengu Koroma, for appoint a lot of SLP people them, where this SLP government no get mind for appoint APC people them in that way. To that extent, Ernest Koroma deserve this insult way Attila de Leone. You see, this is very dangerous. Because when Attila they talk, one of the things the way he not talk saying that RUF, the RUF was almost 98% SLPP supporters. He not talk that. And he talk about when the government of Johnny Paul Koroma, but the government of Johnny Paul Koroma came after the RUF had done considerable harm to Sierra Leone. There was a time in Sierra Leone, and I can tell you this for a fact, because I was one of the prosecutors in the office of the prosecutor for war crimes in Sierra Leone. And I was one of the prosecutors on the RUF team. There was a time in Sierra Leone when the Kamajors went into Freetown. If you don't sabi talk, then you are dead.
Wow.
I have a cousin, Adetue, where they killed, they put him at the trunk of a Mutuka, military the barracks. They killed him. As a matter of fact, the Nigerian soldier will kill him, will kill the guy, the Kamajor will kill him, himself interview him. And in the Nigerian soldier, kill the Kamajor, kill Adetue. You see, let me tell you something. Our problem in Sierra Leone is party politics. Because party politics divides our nation. We need a one-party state in Sierra Leone. We need a state in Sierra Leone where nobody not get party. We don't come up Thailand people, they choose 5 of the people they want to represent in the parliament. We don't come up go. We don't come up put up under a no-party structure. Because that way, we get rid of this tribalism. This tribalism where they eat into the society. Now, I know Joseph Austin Johnny. I know him on a very personal basis. And after this show is over, I'm going to send him a text and tell him, say, look, my friend, I am very disappointed in the unity I hear from you. I listened to Joseph Austin Johnny talk about the party. Never once did he discuss nation, people of Sierra Leone. You understand? Nothing about the country. And he talk about going on rampage. It seems as if to me that this SLPP government want for lead by fear. And you know the war that we did, not with Sierra Leoneans. Waiting as I hear from Joseph Austin Johnny today is surprising. Because the Joseph Austin Johnny I know is not that kind of a person. So it surprised me. And I know him personally. I won't tell you the circumstances under which I know him, but I tell you, say I know him personally. When he talk about going on a rampage, this is not violence. But you go expect that. The president himself don't talk about mob violence. These people are following the cue of the leadership of the SLP. They are following the cue of the leadership of the SLP. This very same Mr. Austin Johnny, somebody sent me a tape. Not to anything where people make it talk, I believe, you know, because me not there around long enough to know for able to shift the sense from the nonsense. But somebody sent me a tape where they say, hey, Austin Johnny, and a couple of other people there, that the SLPP, they plan for give red shots to people there, or make them go demonstrate, so they will say that APC demonstrate. This is age-old politics, and it's nasty politics. And when people like Austin Johnny, they support the killing of over 40 innocent, unarmed prisoners, it gets to me.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to me. When you go into a prison and open fire in a wanton and depraved heart manner, that's murder. And it seems like this government no longer lets it from the 1992 who would kill me brother Salami Poka. It seems like this government and the leadership and the people that they protect, like Justin, like Austin Johnny say, and the people that they advise this leadership. Hey, wanna be careful. Because if you will not be careful, some of we will be beyond until thy kingdom come, forget justice. APC government go Kabbalah, they kill people like Kabbalah. SLP government go Makeni, they shoot and kill. They go to prison, they shoot and kill. Hey, the problem in Sierra Leone is that the two parties that have led us all these years have been a failure to our national agenda. Total failure. Now, I know say Mr. CC 91, when I'm in water, sometimes you object and oppose. But there was a time when there were many people, including me, who were APC, and more APC probably than CC 91. You understand? Considering that my papa nominate Anes Kuruma for the president. But we look and we see the way this party will go. We say, you know, it's we hands off first, then we watch it. But don't watch. APC failed Sierra Leone. Anes Kuruma failed Sierra Leone. Anes Kuruma not only failed Sierra Leone, he failed the APC. Because if he had led the country right, SLPP would never have been in power today. But they failed to take the bull by the horn. This SLPP wake up for change. I've been telling her on the eve of elections, just before I fly out of Sierra Leone, I told her, I said, this SLPP, I have been working at Sierra Leone, I have been working at Salone, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the SLPP is looking for nothing other than to throw Sierra Leone into another chaotic situation. That's what they're trying to do. It's then, when they do that, then they will have an excuse that the APC people then scatter. So many people in Sierra Leone, APC, SLPP, many people in C4C, any other party, and they tell you that only the young man there. When they don't let nobody put on a line for going up and face bullets. Nobody,
Telling you.
you know, worth it. When people are going to put on a line for go face bullet and go fight and go make blockade. Look, simple thing like that. Government get right for move any assets where they get now any sign of Sierra Leone to another sign of Sierra Leone. Now they right. Tell me about what you now they go convince them young man there for go to nap na street, one tire, this, that, and the other for something where government get right for do. But then government self get their own fault. Because they send police and soldiers go shoot and kill people there. That's brother. My question is simply this. All them people the way they oppose Adebayo, we not oppose Attila, we not oppose Joseph Austin Johnny, then they are hypocrites to the national cause. Because the truth of the matter is this, is you cannot incite people to a rebellion against the state. All this talk when they talk about coup, that's not rubbish. Now rubbish. Now because Medai Don't stay too cool na salon and make it afraid. Maybe you no need for afraid coup because a coup d'etat is an illegal act. But yet still you can't lie on people them and try to let the justice system work against them. Right now we have Camerimba when claim say he sleep with some people. You understand? But when you look at it, the older man for months and months and months, more than 2 months, they're not being in case come to trial. There are statutory limitations on when you can bring something to trial and all that. These things are wrong. And Abu Dhabi, Mayor Abbott Williams, Power Conte, these are examples of the manifest injustice conducted by this government. Una no need for free if una lead right. Una no need for free. Even research of one of the support una. They support una say una lead right. Because in the final analysis, what is good for Sierra Leone is good for all of us.
Well stated.
I guess.
I love that line. What is good for Sierra Leone is good for all of us. If we not look on a partisan point of view, but rather on a patriotic point of view, and it will continue to be redundant in this platform. I want to finish this and I want to bring Mr. 91 in. And Mr. Aaron, 1 second, please. And I'm sorry. I think the volume did.
Connection successful.
Members of APC across the country, from zones or constituencies or districts or region or believe me, we make sure we destabilize you with the create massive mayhem upon our lives and with our properties. If we are dear venture, we dey talk this now the deep side of the heart. The violence, nobody know they go to any training school for train for violence. If we say we are not going to give peace, because throughout the 11 years regime of Anescoma, we give a total peace. During that period, we are going to attack with party offices, we are vandalize structures, we are rape people there, we are kill people there. Even the flag bearer, the president where they rule this country so now, we are stone out, we are pulsing it. Nobody will ever even call them for say sorry to them. Right? Prior to the elections, we are make a military camp. We will create all kind of disturbances. We will hunt in life. We will do all kinds of things, intimidation, violence upon a life. To a certain extent, even blue. A ghost stone around the same blue. But when we don't come, we don't give them a total peace. We they say let's bygones be bygones. We don't move as a country. Because we don't see massive development and progress from this government. We don't want to give the people peace. We don't no one give the administration where people there see not line they suffer under intimidation and violence. They vote democratically that government. We don't want for jam peace. We don't want for allow for let it operate, let it go through a mandate. We don't the trigger all kind of rubbish. And we know they take these threats with a pinch of salt. We they act on now decisively. We they instruct from the National Steering Committee point of view, all we support organizations across the country for being vigilant. Any big shake, we they go on massive rampage and cause total destruction of all properties and lives of APC operatives, starting from Anes by Corona. When we know say now the trigger, now the finance, now they orchestrate all the instability in the country. When it be the government for 11 good years, we grant total peace, we grant total support. All the rubbish are where they happen, and not be happen at the country. But when this government, when them don't tie them or just say this president will ever be president, the day when they announce, the next day, now APC begin go on rampage for make sure say they unseat this government. The scenario where we are the court, waiting happen at Mali. Mali and Salon are two different things, yeah? When we don't try within the days of Pakaba, where in the military, when we overthrow, we come back, we kick una out of power. And we will the challenge una, the APC. If we are not come out tomorrow, by which we don't ready now, we don't plan now across the country. If we are not come out tomorrow for demonstrate, and we leave this government, then we now starting from an Escobar to the last person at APC, the Hashun and a gutter. That they not burn in a fine if we are not come out tomorrow. But let's tell you before they come out, we have a meeting already with Simapu the Wotuna. Any venture, any nasty owner do, we ready for react with nasty reactions. If we are there try we tomorrow, believe me, history go say party the na salon what they call APC. So on that note, we are off the journey and with the way tomorrow if we are not come out, like we are don't present for and escort to the last person na APC, we are the hashuna na gutter. With the way thank you very much. And we are share far and wide this audio I don't post. We are Austin, we are the national grassroots leader of SLPP. Thank you very much.
Once again, sorry to all peace-loving Sierra Leonean who mean well for that country, but anything they talk now, I find out get with authentic evidence for backing up. Mr. Mohammed Sise, thank you for your patience. Come on in, sir. Mr. Aruna will bring you shortly after Mr. Mohammed. Welcome, sir. Check on your audio, sir. Check on the mute button. Seem like your volume they done.
Thank you very much once more, Madam Khadija Tijan Nabi. Thank you for having me. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to a mentor and once a senior comrade, the legal luminary himself, Iskandri, and I really talk. I just laugh. And also Jugari. Now I will go straight to explaining what we stand for. Further to the audios you've actually played for us, this is not the first time for me to hear them. And this is not the first time for those persons included, or named, Austin Johnny, Attila, and many others. Well, there are several allegations. Key amongst them is that the APC opposition is actually planning to stage a coup. Now I want to switch to Creole. This is not the first time in the history of Sierra Leone where they make coup, the one they make coup against, then sabi the day, then sabi the hour, then sabi the second, then sabi everything about the coup. This is only possible when you are then set to orchestrate the coup for make them go look for an opportunity to do further harm on the citizens of Sierra Leone. But I have this to say to them. There were tyrants like Gaddafi, like Saddam Hussein. Believe you me. Believe you me. Greater powers, they bring that to us. You see the people who they do this, I am still struggling to blame President Bill. I have to be sincere. I am still trying to gather authentic evidence to link President Bill. For now, I can only say he has been unceremoniously quiet in respect of issues that are happening now. As the first gentleman, the bearer of the greatest burden if this nation, Sierra Leone, should fail as a state president.
Sorry, forgive me. Go ahead, sir. Would I hear you? Sorry.
The bearer of the greatest burden if this nation, Sierra Leone, should fail as a state is President Bill himself. And he has stated openly and is on record, it's on file. President Bill said, I will be a president for all Sierra Leoneans. I believe him. I don't know why Austin Johnny doesn't believe him. I don't know why Attila doesn't believe him. I believe him. But what happens? You have chosen bigots in the SLPP, tribal hardliners, who are mobilizing all efforts and strength to ensure President Bill fails. To me, it is seeming like these are people that will try for bring President Bill the time we be the fight for flag. Now you will so now from within. I am not worried about those intimidating statements or whatever. I am not. You know why? Because I believe we get law enforcement officers, the police, and when they fail, the international community they kick in. I am not worried. I will just urge the president for make it take responsibility now. Lawyer Iskandri say Adebayo and Austin Johnny, but what we clearly see here Austin Johnny, they identify himself as leader of grassroots. You know what it means by the grassroots? Generation, the national leader. Attila, they identify himself as a firm and key supporter of the SLPP. And Adebayo distanced himself from the APC, despite impunity. He said he is the CEO of Love Salon. I don't know why SLPP is actually bringing Adebayo, linking Adebayo to the APC. Adebayo himself stated, I know the APC, I know the SLPP. But here you have Austin Johnny with potential international crimes that are about to be perpetrated in Sierra Leone, and they attach and link himself to the SLPP. Austin Johnny is an extremely good friend of mine. I swear to God, I still do not believe these words are coming from Austin Johnny. And lawyer Iskandar himself, no, because me, who do small law. That audio evidence not enough. Not enough. Austin Johnny will deny that audio. And me, Naya, until I see further evidence. But because I didn't talk, that audio for me is not enough. Because Austin Johnny, Attila are personal friends of mine. We dey talk. And one day Austin Johnny not threaten me on the phone, neither as Attila. But for make they identify or link their audios there to Austin Johnny, I don't want to deny equally. Because we not share it a podium. I know one day Yeri is say so. But it is alleged that Austin Johnny did at the audio. It is alleged that Attila did at the audio. It is alleged Adebayo did at the audio. However, let me go to something very important. You see, the APC will have social, open, and inclusive values. So long as you are a Sierra Leonean, and you do not belong to any political party, you are welcome. And we subscribe to the democratic dispensation in Sierra Leone, constitutional law and other. We are a law-abiding party. We are the largest political party, even though we are in opposition. We are the largest political party. You can verify that with PPRC. We have more registered members than the SLPP and all other political parties put together. Now,
1 second, sir.
I am
1 second.
Yeah.
The person by the name of Salon Pikin, I don't surrender you entirety, you including your family, to God. Decide when me come out na a home where get respect, where they instill value in me. I will never curse you, but me surrendering you to God, you go see the end. I not believe in anything, not to juju, but God Almighty. If I sit down now, so for the love I get for my country, I get so much for do, but because of this things that were the I take out for myself, say, now I call people, then we talk. Now we advise the youth for them do right by Salon. Now we also put a voice for the international world and yeri what's in the ground with country. Now we officials them if they say they're not yeri, let they yeri, because I be even speak to the information minister today where he claims say not getting audio there. So if you come, you use your mouth for curse me, now the God Almighty curse you this world and next world, and I will never forgive you until you come back again. You undisguise yourself, you ask for apology. I'm not gonna curse you, but God Almighty will curse you for me. Sorry, Mr. 91. Come on in, sir.
Okay, thank you. As I was saying, the SLPP needs to be serious. When they avoid responsibility, the people of Sierra Leone get a social contract with the SLPP. President Bill, you now with president. And you now the president of Sierra Leone, not the president of the SLPP. I urge you or make you pay keen attention to some of their audios there where they go on. And I send this assurance to comrades and people that intend for joining the APC party. And I assure the SLPP, say we in the APC, we ready for come back to power through the ballot, not the bullet. We not one day make coup, we're not interested in coup. They don't coup we, then pull we in a power, we return back to power. And I urge the SLPP for let them engage and consult with each other, make beneficial use of time to promote issues the way they benefit this country. Let us stop for pay attention to other issues there. Look like this. This is not distraction. This is not thorough distraction. You dey look at a party in opposition. We no get military, we no get police. Then you say we want make coup. Wetin dey make coup with? The only capability we get and the capacity as opposition. Now for our 2023 elections, we dey vote the SLPP out and we dey vote in the APC. The APC not struggle for handover power to the SLPP when they were declared winners. There we had enough power to have stopped it. We did not. Why? Because we are a democratic party. So if now Austin Johnny that and Attila that in those audios, and then they claim say we intend to make a coup. Me na a member of the national publicity team, and I assure Austin Johnny say I belong to both the movers and the shakers or the ranks and files of this party, and I tell you say if that plan was there, I would know about it. The APC does not intend to. We will not subscribe to anything other than democracy. This is a simple epistemology which postmodernization tends to reject. But I don't want to waste time. I just want to reach out to President Bio when I the bearer of the greatest burden. If Sierra Leone should fail as a state, say, let it pay attention to some of the party supporters and let it adjust dynamics.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Sierra Leone.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I just want to finish by saying,
Yeah, go ahead.
because I just want to draw reference to the legal luminary lawyer Iskandri. If they talk about SLPP and APC, then two all back. I just want to touch. I think he's trying to explain. I just want to debunk that by drawing cognizance or reference to something called lesser of two evil principles. I will explain that gladly. The lesser of two evil principles, or lesser evil principle, and lesser evilism. Now, a theory we're faced with selecting from two immoral options. The one which is least immoral should be chosen. And I can tell you, say, if a APC bad, SLPP bad, dear, may I prefer APC in bad one because we get peace. Will not be the cage people then. Fiti fata, they lock them up. Look at Comrade Koita. Over 20 child counts charges after they don't lock them up for considerable time. Only for make a court go and say you are cleared of all charges. All. Not even one. Not even one. Somebody is trying to insert themselves and making themselves relevant to attract attention. To attract attention. So if I reach there, I will pause for a while, but I will still make the appeal to the first gentleman of this country, His Excellency President Bio, a man I know very, very well. I have been very respectful to President Bio. I will never disrespect him. In fact, I am family friend to his wife, and I make him categorically clear to the first gentleman of this nation. When he was in opposition, I respected him. That was the time others mocked him. I did not, because I get the courage and confidence that you should be respectful to people. I encourage the president and I advise them to make it pay attention to some of the activities of these people. Then they deviate you. If I reach there, I want to thank you and I pause for a while.
Thank you so much. I love your last ending and waiting myself believe in and waiting the family where we come up from. Like I can always say, me late dad, if even in one discipline where they put we don't force, is sit down, we talk as a family and tell we waiting at the reason why I go make we pump or it beats we. So hence the reason why I believe in healthy debate, or we can agree to disagree in a peaceful manner. We all not go see one eye, but it not mean say we get for curse or use profanity. So again, in a way they come for abuse me, or the one we just use word against me and the mommy we born me, I don't left you to God. I don't believe in juju. I don't believe in anything, but I believe in God. And trust me, not to all my the course where you go free. Trust me, God will show you, go curse you on me on behalf. I want to bring you in, Mr. Zubairu. Thank you for your patience. Welcome.
Very much here.
Go ahead, sir. Land, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So, first of all, I would like for disagree with Mr. Sise before I go further. Mr. Sisi, I'm glad the way you're talking. I get the utmost respect for you and also Dr. Iskandri. Thank you. I'm glad to be with you in this panel. I feel very honored because you're my own person. But Mr. Sisi, you say you respect Mr. Madabio. Me, with all due respect, I do not respect Madabio. And the reason why I make I not respect Madabio is after almost 200 of a fellow innocent citizen them has been killed. On young people them from Pademba Road, Tonkolimba, McKinney, Tombo, Bo, all the people that they don't they kill them. Madabio look them, then they shed blood. When they go through pain, when they cry. This man when our leader, this man when we entrust with life, we for protect we, Mr. 1691, he left we to we own devices. He left we they continuously they bleed profusely. Now we heart. Now that person there now they respect. Now that person there would they accept and not respect anybody when they look with people and they bleed every day and net. With respect, sir, and not respect Madabio. Now we go to the history. The thing we're going to begin think about. What thing caused this? What thing make we think about war for kill we self? Who's waiting at the inception? Who said this come out? This come out from the father of tribalism, Albert Medai. After he take over the country, he decided for purged the people from the north, what we did within the military. Not only that, the people within our parliament. Not only that, because Shaka Stevens defect from the SLPP, he exiled Dr. Shaka Stevens. When Shaka Stevens take him, whether he state him as the leader, decide for take over the country and run him as a one-party country. Like Dr. Iskandri, lawyer Iskandri said, the only person who don't commit treason or coup in our country twice, now Julius Madabio. The only person today where don't kill massively in fellow citizen them currently as president. Now the entire Africa, the one who don't kill more people them than any other person. Now Madabio. We fumble them, we get for fight back through communicating through the ICC, the international community, and say enough is enough. For Madabio, allow in military people them, they massively kill the people them. Why would they give audience to somebody like Mr. Attila? And not pay attention to them because it's not relevant. And also be Austin Johnny. But Uda empower based on what they say, Austin Johnny is a respectful person. Almost surprised the way they talk. Uda empower Austin Johnny. Now this person, when Mr. Sisi say a respect. This person where una say a respect. Austin Johnny not they do them things here so by himself. Abu not they do them things so by himself. The breaking of ballot na constituency 110. They don't do them by themselves. Who side the Attorney General did today? Who side them did? So we get for pinpoint what did they cause them problem by so? Now because the president instruct them, order them, and allow them to continue for threatening or killing the innocent people in our country. Why make people then they listen to somebody like Adebayo? We not go and go fight because Adebayo say waiting. I'm not gonna do it. Most people are able to know Adebayo today. But because people and they feel the pain of his fellow citizen them when they die. Can you imagine using a weapon way that they use for blow up a plane. Now they penetrate through an innocent Sierra Leone man. It through a heart. It bleed profusely. In mama they look at where it bleed. In body they look at. In sister they look at. In people and in tongue they look at. One day they will revolt against the government until we hold them accountable for their actions. Then this could happen. Now a ticking time bomb, we country will break into war. And the reason why, because again, the same thing where Anas Baikumabe they do, nine Manabio, they put into steroids today. This time don't happen. Anas Baikuma, if I'm not mistaken, he arrest Dr. Iskandri. Not only that, he arrest Lima. Not only that, he arrest somebody like Jesmet Suma. Not only that, the president and his Baikuma violate the constitution and not abide to the constitution by sacking a vice president. Now, I make today, if anybody think you get to get an independent mind and seek NGC, we need for empower people, NGC for go and for take over the country. Why? Because we not paper division, regionalism, tribalism, and nepotism. We don't believe in those things. I'm not trying to play politics with this, but we see what's not happen. Because now, the entire military, the top 9 people there, now the military today, 9 of them, the commander of the army, now Mendeman, the chief of staff, now Mendeman, the deputy chief of staff, now Mendeman. Only one of them, Naina Kwanko. All 9 of them, Madam Mio make sure say he empower them with power. The chief of police, now Mende. Tribalism. Don't make we continue the way how we did. And Madam Mio, they use this polarization for destroying the country. Until I can threaten all he want. Mr. Austin Johnny can continue for so the same. Because the president not believe, say, if for bring peace to the country, try for unite the country, try for make, and you see how Madabio they mess up the country. You see how it take over the journalists them now the country by bribing them. You see when Madabio in wealth. They threaten the ordinary Sierra Leone and then wagging a finger in our face. Taking with money now we earn. Jailing people them. Now McKinney, after they kill we begin them, 200 of them today they're in jail with no charge. And we look at this man and we say we respect him with all due respect and despise this man. But what's it again for no? ICC they watch him, ECOWAS they watch him, United Nations they watch him, and we all they watch him. And we go continue to speak truth to power because of this man. Madabio, enough. This is not the 90s. The world don't globalize. The world is flat. We know what's in the happen. Today, at the talk that in Maryland today, and people are silent to listen. We go fight Madabio, not by weapon, because it don't get all the weapon then. The entire military system, Madabio own and today. Not to somebody who for respect. We must speak out and not afraid. Because Madabio continue for destroy the country. I guess the case there so much.
Thank you so much. I think some of the things them where we just don't present for like I say for now be a credible platform. I go share some of concerning videos them where they don't come out before, then we'll come back again, talk about some of them videos, and they like how you make statements say, is it possible that he's the one empowering these folks? Now we'll come back again, and then some of it can be looked as on a hypocritical point of view, meaning that do as I say, not do as I do, or whatever you want to call them, or one is good for the APC, or one is good for the NDC, but not for the SLPP. And whatever precedents we set, whether it's APC, SLPP, C4C, I believe saying go affect we at the end of the day. But when I can always say, when we say we are new direction, it's because we don't learn from these mistakes and we want to do better. But I rest my case as well, and then make I bring some of this video, so then we will come back. We'll take a quick break.
Will not be able to come together. Why I talk about the social media, inside Salona, WhatsApp, Facebook, most of the young people are left in a funny today. So when you propagate any message through that, before you know it's out there, it's not 100%. You know, even the penetration maybe it's about 30 or how many percent. But a lot of people will able to read now. And the WhatsApp, they get Facebook on their way to sell them. So we get to take advantage of that. And why will they take the internet seriously? Because now in the direct international community, and they have a great say in what happens. Christian, I talk not being a mind for who cancel 477 stations. Now Victor Angelo, the ERS United States, you have our security, you get for politics, and they're important. And even when it happened in this last election, like you alluded to earlier on, say we will review mining, but then the office account, if you get for not account, we get them.
All the long-standing problems still entrenched in our society, we have added another problem, which is making things even worse, which is taking us backwards and not forward. And what is that? It is the seeming policy of division and exclusion, marginalization of a certain group. That is not good for business. The political instability and tension is not encouraging investment. Division on tribal lines does not consolidate peace. It perpetuates resentment. Now, yesterday, in the opening statement of our leaders, we were inspired in so many ways that we saw that our leaders, for the first time, admitting to faults and willing to take responsibility. But we also see that there is a big gap between rhetoric and reality. We are preaching peace, yet we are undermining those institutions that foster peace. We can give countless examples, but I don't want to bore you right now with examples. Let me just mention a few. You cannot preach peace and you're sacking people who are guaranteed with security of tenure under the Constitution and the statute. You cannot preach peace and you impose a speaker on parliament against the majority party in parliament. We cannot preach peace when it seems like appointments are being done on tribal lines. We cannot preach peace when we are depriving access to justice of the hearing of political cases by opposition or otherwise, and even by the Sierra Leone Bar Association.
Patriotism isn't about our leaders. It's not about the political parties that we love. It's about the love, pride, and dignity of our nation. In 1999, I made a documentary film called Cry Freetown about the bloody civil war of my country, Sierra Leone. Somehow, the film attracted the attention of the international community, and they came to our aid and helped us restore peace. A few years down the line, I made another documentary film called Return to Rwanda, which shows what happened when a nation turns on itself. Hutus versus Tutsis. Very, very bloody civil war. And today, 2018, my country, Sierra Leone, is blindly strolling towards tribal war. My brothers and sisters, let me tell you, that will be a big mistake. It will be worse than the bloody civil war we had. And let me tell you this, no politician, no political party is worth you shedding your blood for. Yes, you can fight for your country, but not for politicians or for political parties. Put Sierra Leone first. If anything goes wrong, it's not the politicians or their loved ones that will pay the price. So I want you to think, fellow Sierra Leoneans, as we are having this mounting tension, these growing tensions, I want you to think that whether you are Mendi, Timini, Limba, Creole, Madingo, Kuranko, Fula, Yalonka, whatever you are, it's Sierra Leone first. They don't say what tribe, they say what country. Let's think and put Sierra Leone first. Please, my fellow Sierra Leoneans, we might have been lucky when I made Cry Freetown and we got support. We might not be so lucky. So let's don't go down that road. Don't let the politicians play you. For some of them, this is a game. Now it's time you take control of the game. You play them. You make your choice. You choose wisely, but don't fight each other. Let us be our brother's keeper. Thank you.
And I welcome back. I just give two videos then where we talk about, or actually three. One of which where we sit in president during the time we've been there as opposition. It been urged Sierra Leoneans then say let them utilize social media because now that's the international world they see in terms of the WhatsApp. It specify WhatsApp and Facebook. Many go look and say it's hypocritical because if Sierra Leoneans now that you are a sitting president and other people are still exercising that right for do as you say when you were then an opposition, then now it become a problem. Then now it become even the member or the supporter of the Sierra Leone People's Party attacking other people or abusing other people if people then speak their mind. Like I say, when we want to leave a legacy or we want to make sure say things go as we say, we first get for be the model. We get for be a role model. That's one. The second one, I think say now a video of them two videos here, so we come later. Now, I think we go last week for lifetime. Madam Basita Michael during the Bintumani 3 conference. There's significant points there where I want to re-echo again where it talk about it say how we go able for accomplish that I call them peace where first where they undermined the the institution where they foster peace. He also talk about sacking of people, maybe because they're not the political party or they not share the same tribe lines. Obviously, now they all need help towards peace. They also say when you impose the the lead for the Speaker of Parliament, obviously that also not go help. Again, I think I said that appointing people on tribal lines, and the list goes on. And it also talk about now going to Mr. Samora, where I can repeat this over and over, where it remind we the negative impact where war can bring if we handle things on a tribal point of view instead of a national point of view or patriotic point of view. And again, I take this opportunity for say that we have never been divided as a nation. We should never allow any politician, whether it's APC, SLPP, C4C, and of course not this government for divide we as a nation. The responsibility of Mama Salon lies in we hand. Hence the reason why I will continue for play this video for remind we own responsibility as citizens, because if that country they go bad, we also have we to blame at the end of the day. We do so not with violence, like I say, anybody causing her, anybody take advantage of her, whatever the case may be, in our patience. God in time, it pass anything. The example where one of the panelists make, there are tougher people than, in the case example, Mr. Yaya Jammeh. There was a time where it feels say nobody can touch him. You understand? It forgets say he's also a servant of God. So to name just one or the few of the many. So nothing or they will not get an ending. I believe so with presidents, many been say, oh well, maybe there was a possibility that enough of me ever get this opportunity. But God, I believe say God, I can look and say God get a second chance for say maybe you were young when you make some of the mistakes. This is now the time to do right by Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. So with that said, make I bring the panelists then back. Now see what's in the one talk, and then I also want to share other videos them where it be say I want to expand on them a little bit more. So make I bring come back again the wonderful lawyer Mr. Iskandri. Okay, seem like Mr. Ilawan coming too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're
welcome. Never in the history of Sierra Leone has Sierra Leone been more tribally polarized than under SLPP government. When I was at the special court in 2004, and the years before that when I've been negotiating under Tijankaba, one thing I realized, it is that if you go to any office in Sierra Leone, back in those days, if you know Sabi talk me, nobody listens to you or gives you audience. I came to America and I told people, I said the SLPP is going to lose the next election in 2007. A lot of people denied me, but I think I've been proven right.
It's quite okay.
Okay.
Take your time, sir. You okay? All right.
I'm telling you right now that based on this governance by fear, the SLPP is going to lose the next election. And they're going to lose it handily. Because right now, the SLPP know the land. SLPP know the land. They are always the most tribalistic party. They are always the ones that come into power and try to instill fear in the nation. When they are not in power, they always preach violence. They were the people that came up with the IUF. I know each and every one of them. You know how I know? I was a lead prosecutor at the special court. I got the information. My dear sister, people of Sierra Leone, people who sympathize with this party, SLPP, it is about time that you guys stop and rewind, and go back to a focus on what your goals were when you came to power. This politics of retribution is very childish. This politics of knock each other is very childish. This politics of blame is very childish. This politics of threats on the lives of, I can't believe say Austin Johnny make threats on the lives of mayor, any John and APC and mayor, they go after him, they go after him. This is what happened in Rwanda.
Oh yeah, I'm
This
so sorry to.
happened in
Yeah, sorry, sir. The critical part of that audio is say anybody where they associate himself as an APC, whether you're not mayor, whether you're not council, whether even you're not parliamentarian, a very, very not a thing will for take lightly. So for the sad people, the way they come now this live and then they listen, one they look at APC, SLPP, C4C, and then look at you if you're fat or you're short. Not because I not there in Sierra Leone means say I not for care about the vulnerable people them. Some of you, your life only depend on politics, and you're how do you call them party picking. You gold now for making you take an office, but rather you not care about we country and the poor people that will not even care or understand anything about politics. So when you come, you insult. We work here about we country. Elect we not get for dede, we not get for go there, we not get for serve in any capacity, but we care for say, you understand? Now the poor people they elect they not get anything, like the government fail, they're not able to accomplish anything, but now they're able to get them peace of mind. So when you can't, you try to abuse people like we can only do nothing but surrender you to God. If you they talk right by the people of Sierra Leone, let God help you. But if you they come, you see things like McKinney they go on. You see things like the continued Pademba Road saga. You see on the non-stop from how you call them post-election violence to you name it non-stop. And in another sit down and cry for them people then they sincerely, but rather in they worry about in a selfish, self-centered affiliation or whatever the case may be, or waiting our benefits now this on temporary world when they ever benefit in it like you make an at the highest position when a president it always say this now all na vanity na nonsense. You drive the most expensive car, it's nothing. You sleep now the most beautiful car. The only thing where they help you now where you try for please God and forget about the worldly material. Like I say, many of you now where they do things like this, where in a not care about in a fellow Sierra Leonean, we don't left gain at this wall, we the fet for next wall. But not because you are comfortable means say you know for speak on behalf of the one them where not only God then gets, they're not got people even oversee. All they need is for them they able for go out. There's a lot of bystander way up in a McKinney. Some then they come on at school, some then they come on at markets, some then they run where the kuskas happen, then find themselves in trouble. And in a still yet comfortable. And I still they play the politics card, the games in the lives of you know, fellow Sierra Leonean. May God help we. Come back in, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
so as I've been saying, the Rwandan war started. I am a student of that war. It started when certain people started making threats like what I heard of Joseph Austin Johnny make against the lives of people that are not SLPP supporters or not many people. This is terrible. It is terrible. We are one of those countries where we learn from we past experience. And I can tell you that if this government foments war, generations yet unborn will not forgive them. They have a duty to lead. They must lead. We are done and tired with this atmosphere of fear. The other day I talked to somebody and they tell me, say, when they last go court, Abu Darami and former Mayor Herbert Williams, now the Chief Justice don't change the judge will be given bail. So another judge, when an amended person, will potentially not will give them bail, even though they are out on bail and they have obeyed all the conditions of that bail.
Sad.
Let me tell you something. If our generation don't fix Sierra Leone, it's going to burn up. It's going to burn up. The decisions being made by this government at the highest echelons are decisions that are going to destroy Sierra Leone. Now, beg for differ with me, brother Harun Zubair. I respect the office of the president. I have total respect for the office of the president. And my expectation is that the office of the president will start acting. You see this statement by people like Austin Johnny? If they continue, I'm sure the president has heard this one. If they continue, and then people are there for bring down this president.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Mina Sheikh Sankoila from Winnipeg,
yes,
Manitoba,
sir.
Canada.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, I try to come on the Zoom, but I don't know what happened.
Okay, I will bring you come, sir.
Wait.
Okay, sir. I will bring you come, sir. All right. Come back in, Mr. Ila. I will bring you in right now. Sorry, Mr. Iskandri. Come on in back, sir.
This president, if you know watch the people the way they around them, the people the way they give advice, now them people that they bring and candle. Now the same thing happened to Aneskoma. Aneskoma had an opportunity to bring in a lot of APC members who were into bringing Sierra Leone better. He hired people like Attila. He hired people like Kai, Kai. He hired people like Major Sengu Kuruma and Maya Kai, and many other people that were not APC, were not interested in APC. The All People's Congress, to the best of my understanding, is the only political party hitherto that has been an all-inclusive political party. This government, it will fail, not because the leader has failed, but because the leader has listened to advice from the wrong tribalists. The people around this president are rank tribalists. I can tell you that for free. I know them. I know them very, very well because I've clashed with them. You understand? And when Joseph Austin Johnny talk about how the SLPP under in opposition, they were very sedate, nice, and they did. Listen, does Austin Johnny know when Lawrence Lima went on national TV and advocated for military intervention in Sierra Leone? If anybody go on national TV now on a salon, you go advocate for military intervention, you know what I'm saying? The SLPP is an intolerant political entity. It's a very intolerant political entity. It's a very tribalist political entity. It's about time we fix that. And if SLPP think that they will use weapons and kill with people in a saloon, we always stand up. We always stand up. When you kill things, you tire. Because we don't tire. When I bring IUF come, when I kill the people then. I remember when I worked in a special court, I watched one video where they caught one man in throat. Kamadon and Tinapi. Let's make them cut in throat. The man will leave man. Let's make them cut in throat. The way you had brigade, pour up for wine, tip for food, mampama. They cut in throat. Then the video, then they take pictures. You understand? And when you don't see that kind of thing that they happen, it is still your mind against that kind depraved heart thing, a depraved heart. You understand? Them people they are not intent, no, they're not able to lead. They're not able to lead. Because when they may come in, if they may come in with the right type of people then, like by now in the first few years, not different to the top of Nasalim. Come on now. You know how many things they go wrong now in Nasalim? Too many. And we don't want to let it be so. We want a Sierra Leone way all inclusive. You know, we get a government way from top to bottom now, all man and Mende, 99% Mende. Sierra Leone is only 1/3 Mende. And when you talk them to that, they say you're tribalistic, you're not tribalistic. You're telling them the facts. This is wrong. It's wrong. Because the next party will come, if not from the south, the north, come out, let's say one pack, all social people in another. And these people continue to go before. Because we always the same way or put people in positions because of their political party, tribal affiliation, regional affiliation, at the extent of good governance, at the expense of good governance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well stated. Well stated. One thing where I go agree with you is that indeed sometimes the leader might means well, your cabinet member might means opposite. But then again, when you lead as a leader, sometimes you get to make a decision where beneficial to the masses at the expense of the minority, meaning your cabinet members. So as a leader, you get for things, say, okay, this go make me this minister vex or whatever the case may be. But in at the end of the day, no, look at the bigger picture where it be say now for the interest of the country and the citizen as a whole. Make I bring
Khadija, I beg, let chime in one more thing before
yes,
I forget.
Sir. Go ahead, sir.
Sure. You're an older man.
Yes, sir. Go
I
ahead.
watched a video the other day.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Where I see the minister of lands go take somebody in property in a public video. He hand up over to somebody else. If two people get problem over property, and the courts they determine that, not you individual minister. Come to think of it, this very same individual minister, it was under SLP government, under an Escoma, and he failed woefully as a minister of lands. The same minister under an Escoma. He failed woefully. He left there. He came back to the SLP. If me na a presidential candidate and I win the presidency of my country, anybody when we not serve a form of government will fail or when we consider fail, not a work in the government.
Absolutely.
It's not possible.
Wonderful.
But the problem is this. It is the minimum, Mr. Sandy. You go get job. You see APC go after Moidwe Kaikai. I'm a minister. I'm a SLP. You see go after I'm a minister. Oh, I'm a man. You see them go after Victor Fo. No, I'm a vice president, right? No, I'm a man. You see them go after Major Sen Koma. No, you see them go after Maya Kaikai. No, you see. Just list all the members of the APC government. Well, I mean, they none of the face no charge. Ask how many of them go what do they call the court? Commission of Inquiry. How many of them? This government don't make tribalism, don't gaze people in a very short period where they can. The sooner they get out, the sooner the people of Sierra Leone see them back, the better it will be. I do agree. I saw you will take up some more other people.
It's quite okay, sir. It's quite okay. We get another individual way na part of we na this forum himself can always follow we been also asked na me call na the phone we ask for join we make acknowledge come and introduce himself then himself give himself you one or two take before I bring Mr. Aaron. Sorry, Mr. Zubari and Mr. 91. I will bring in out shortly now. Sorry, yeah.
91 for come before me, so
yeah, okay, no problem.
you know.
Yeah, Mr. Ila, come on in, sir. Welcome, sir.
Okay, as I introduce myself, this nomina Sheikh Sanko Ila
Yes, sir.
from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I believe say this name it look familiar to many people who been at the social media, and I want to thank you, the host. I just want to encourage you all the insults we get. Let you be more strong. Let you patient. Allah will guide you. And I want to thank the panelists them. The name is Kandri. I get this name long ago. I don't know if the very is Kandri. The tell way may not be they consider politics, but we been get elders the way been they then 10 MB people then the end will be this Allah this name is Kandri Namoiba. So if not the name Thank you. Let God bless you. I'm familiar with Arun Zubairu and 91cc. Although the point where Abuan come this now, listen because I not been get chance for the go through no more, but I be listen the first take of Mr. Iskandri. But the policies the way first I like say now that UNESCO might fail, but I think he don't come and fix them. And so sorry because I be the follow up in your video and audios that we be they make, but I'm sorry bad thing happen with you now the APC. Like them points and the way be like now the first take about putting Attila, Moja Kai, that I believe say, although if they're not competent, they're not competent. But I believe say that the make will go before as Sierra Leoneans. Anybody who get the law for win the seat of presidency, now the time of campaign you belongs to a party. But when you win a government, you belongs to the people of Sierra Leone. You rule the people of Sierra Leone. You are the founder of the Sierra Leoneans. You therefore go out of partisan, you serve the nation. So I believe stadium points here may foresee I'm northern from the Tinini tribe. I see and it's by Kuruma being be inclusive with a lot of mandates na in government because I believe so we're all not Sierra Leonean. You be mandate, Timini, Limba. Yeah, you know, it will make 50-50 because anybody they try for favor in your people, but make sure that there are other people. So this I like that habit. So if that be the case, this government come, I feel say it for them be a good footstep for them. This will anyhow you make. Sorry, I they talk to lawyers them, and me they talk as a religious person. I therefore coach or go lean to the side of God, and when I believe in the real truth. Racism naturally not fine with the practice and with the gram, but it's not fine. So if this government come, if it don't be a good footstep for them, you don't win the government. You see your predecessors, he left legacies, how a rule, although you're not there for copy everything, but now a starting point for you. This government come, deviate from that. As soon as they talk if God not help we Sierra Leone don't go into serious problem, we it be say it will difficult for amend for even if NDC kind of power or everybody because if you try for take them people here out then for bring a fair share, then are the first people they try for Allah again. Then put you aside because you try for balance and you therefore left some people them out. As far as you creating a balance, you try for do a fair share as Sierra Leonean, that's the other problem you don't create. And not too many Sierra Leoneans that will be focus tomorrow. Oh, this man try for fix this thing. Whether you like APC or you not like I don't want to let people even compare again APC and SLPP. If we don't know, we not be know the 60s, some of we don't know. But this time we don't see APC, SLPP don't rule, then go out of power. APC don't come, then go out of power. We do not even make a comparison. We could be perfect. We need to say, sometimes we therefore give kudos to the APC government or political party. To this moment from Pakaba and Anes by Goma, then come to Julius Madabio. We will able to make a perfect comparison, then we'll give a high respect. We will not say bad thing would happen to APC, to during the APC. You think about the killing, you think about tribalism, you think about corruption, you think about everything. What you talk about? I've been there during the time of Pakaba government. The things that will happen, the corruption, the amount of corruption will happen. If you use the things, you focus on fight, you left for rule, you didn't miss your target. That time, and it's go a little bit to fight, then it come for development. Corruption happen, killing happen, but you know they can't reach 5. What you understand to me knowledge, 5 people will die, and when people that they die, people that must die because we all not born together. But it is jump as a president right away. I remember, imagine the case of Kabbalah. Right away, he go Kabbalah. Now, so leader for do that don't show say this thing happened during your time, but you're not pleased about that. This was Johnny, the issue of way in leader way they talk to. When I then cause the problem, right? They bond the APC office now, which honest by Kuroma do. Then go, he build the office, he build the person, the other person, the chairman in house. Now show leader for big. Austin Johnny talk about the party office vandalized. While that street, the system get party office, every Sierra Leonean know. If you were red, you pass that side, you lucky. Now the only place who not safety. Okay, things they happen. They even claim forget computers. Now the place. Then give them all logistics who them call. The leader they try for fit. Then don't do that now the APC. Listen, if any statements of the president make up to a lot of things, then they will for don't talk the truth. That not reduce you to be NDC. That not reduce you for the APC. SLPP. If I remember, John McCain, where the campaign in America was out now, one mommy come that time the day at the battle with Obama. He say Obama na terrorist, na Muslim. John McCain, in party member, John McCain say, oh man, he say now say that I just disagree with his policies. He said that man a good man, a family man. I remember that video up to date where I see what thing they happen in Sierra Leone. You can disagree with your opponent, but that no mean say you dey go get a label, go in or get, you try for destroy the nation. So I want time to my brother Mohammed 91 CC. We na the APC, it's all make nice to President Bill. We the true, we dey talk the truth. Even you be my friend, you be me mommy, you be me daddy. Allah say, "Kullal haqq walau kana murran." Say the truth, even though it talk for say the truth to a person who you love or you friendly very much. President Bill not deserve the praise. Now, if the president of Sierra Leone, not get me wrong, but if he do wrong, put your goodness aside for shooter. I know you a man where they talk, but today you look pamperan, let it look good. So while if for settle the person, the true way it deserve for President Bill one boy the country. One in set much. 2 things that really happen to young people then. Alpha side of the day na America, this Arun Subaru, I mark the people that all of them are the social media, but nobody no go after them to say that they go after them physically during the ruling of Ernest by Kuruma.
Yeah.
He do something wrong. Now mortal man. If na mortal man, he must do wrong. They be like an angel, like a saint.
Yeah, 1 second, sir.
But the kindly,
yeah, a call coming. Sorry, sir. Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself. Who side they call from, please?
Hello, Khadija, my sister.
Yes,
I do. Mina, Idris, I call from Germany.
Hello, Mr. Idris, Germany in the house. Welcome, sir. Thank you for your time. Go ahead.
No problem. I tell all the panelists then, thank you very much, for when they give a contribution towards the country, they don't say they get love for this country, starting first for them audios, they had only seen most of their audios that we don't come. And they tell you for free, Madam Bio get a great blunder we don't do for encouraging kind of things there. It's not the first time when Austin Johnny don't alternate things there. Mm-hmm. And before they talk, this thing was like saying a well prepared something. You understand? Yes. This particular government lost focus. If you remember, the first time you don't talk, see the true Sierra Leoneans them are the SLPP. You understand? We I believe say you as a first lady that would forever come on about you for take everybody as a Sierra Leonean. No matter this person will vote for your party. You understand? They will look all Sierra Leonean as one. Mm-hmm. Then For Attila na damn ungrateful somebody, and they tell you for free Attila you get for perish. You see this world, you see like all they serve with God, all they worship. If you want cause, you say because the God they worship are not satisfied with it, you don't do for me before. You later suffer, And it's Koma, you never do make any mistake for let appoint Attila. He may do inclusive government. You understand? But most of the politicians then they come to the people with nice face, I still gonna power, then think about themselves. You understand?
Yeah.
And it's Koma encourage everybody for let this country may be peaceful country. But most of the people the way he may respect, when me believe, they like it today, now then they come up here and they like it today, so they turn against them. And then people they all get for perish, they no longer for succeed. So the likes of Madabio are the thing for free. Because now Anes Koroma do a very good thing for that man. You understand? And I believe that outside this government lost focus at the first place where they come in. That the opposition when they pull in parliament. Man, be enough for do that. If we just let them, how they elect, make elect the government like this. They focus on the country for develop the country. Me not the first person, me not APC speaking. But I may support Madabio. I can say Madabio can this country. It go transform this country. You know, because that mistake when we do before the FRC, you know, sir. Now it can transform this country to a better country. Any manifestation when they talk, I mean, most of the people when convince people, lie to people, make people vote for and say let them get this chance. But as soon as we come, they lost focus for all the things they do. I wonder where people now make a subscribe people they say in the leader, but not to get the command. You understand? I don't tell me some of my friends than this. I say Madabio, they just be a president, but not in the rule the country. You understand? Yeah. Because you don't talk anyhow. People Austin for you they talk that one day. I mean, if anything happen to them people in the way you don't console, you understand it? That means he don't involve, Madabio don't involve. Because he don't say to the end up to today. We president able to come out. You understand? For let it come, you understand, disassociate himself from all the things that will happen. For let it comment, for let he say no, this thing is not me. Sorry to the people. Up to today, nothing like this don't happen. You understand? We feel pain delicate today, so we the country, we the citizens of our country. The people when they perish now, day and night, and they perish at our country day. You understand? No love. This party are the most tribalist party. I never see nobody they tell me. I post where they go saloon and they talk this. You understand? And they complain for your life. Most of the people when they develop that country, and most of them are Sierra Leoneans them now they develop. Because if you look at them Abacha streets, now the Libanese them get it, but now when you look at so Sierra Leoneans them. Malamatomo street and Libanese them get it. Now when you look at so Sierra Leoneans them. Now, tell me true. It is surprising people in that country. I want to develop that country. Everybody the only money. Everybody, nobody will do it. We still wait for the next and at the tail end, Madabio, see, the people and the citizens in that country, now they get the power. No matter how you think, say you will reach this level, forget it. It can never happen. Yeah. So we are wise. We don't want this thing again for threatening, for going to no.
Absolutely.
I need support for not going to for Madabio. No. It's a ballot box, you understand? Yes. We go for look myself at Sierra Leoneans then. At the film where they see some African countries they unite. We Sierra Leoneans we never this teeth and tats. You understand? The way you do me, I do more than I do at the extent of the family. Don't forget about this, don't forget about all these things. No, we see ourselves as one. Yeah. Unite ourselves. If I tell you the truth, Khadija, Sierra Leone, if you look at Sierra Leone, it takes less than 2 years for the other country to develop. We see the progress of our country, but because of all let me say, everybody wants to go to take. It talk bad, it do bad, just for please the possibility for let it get you on answer mode. That not for be. Then we look myself as Sierra Leoneans, then we develop that country day.
Absolutely.
So it's really painful. Honestly.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You make 2 points them way I go try for read one of them. One Mr. David Black, where I think this is not Twitter. He put on, he said the government should immediately debunk Austin Johnny's unfortunate and inciting statement that has the propensity to undermine the peace and stability of our nation. He also tagged with presidents. He tagged Mr. Umaru Fofana. He tagged African Union, ECOWA, Madam Basita Michael, and Andy Macaulay. So, with that said, we'll take a quick break before I bring back one of the other statements we make. As I say, we want to remain credible, where it make reference to we First Lady, 2 video I want to play on that too for kind of like buttress on in point.
Waiting a mother in plans for this country when it comes to military, and that we believe say anybody when a SLPP na in a true Sierra Leonean right now. But we now have not so that they are still, but I say if somebody make you naked up. When I take whip or pop them, that they dance the whole time. Yeah. So that where it go, it will begin to think twice, say, if you want to do this here. Until the justice system they come, we go defend with your justice the quickest way, the fastest way, the easy way. But anybody will make you begin, that person not like you. Anybody will destroy you begin in future, that person not like you. So you said you're not afraid for disgrace, you're not afraid for strip and naked. When I take Babu Kelon and the military man there, they can all beat them from junction to
who they shoot anyone will kill them. Let my man left wear black.
You don't come up for that place,
you understand? They say no SLBB. Now the thing and they take advantage. They say I know SLBB, they're lenient, they're not the kill in the bio. Me, I don't tell brigade, I don't tell the air. I make a come where I listen out there. I spoke to God if I meet right now. How for the better. Now I make this come. You understand? Eh? Because then you tell
All right. When I welcome back, one of the viewers we just call. They talk about the incidents wherein the First Lady they say a true Sierra Leonean are the only one that we belong to the Sierra Leone People's Party. We of course we don't talk about that too. Now this platform now a rather unfortunate statement. We get the tendency for not promote national cohesion. The other one are the example of mob justice, say let people then take things in their own hand where play as well. And then I think the last one, what would they talk about the by living by example. We've been done see the incident unfortunately with the resident minister Mr. Aikolam Abu where unfortunately later on it came into existence or reality, unfortunately. So make I bring back again Mr. Yelane if finished, then I will bring back Mr. 91. And I'm sorry for the wait. Come on inside. No say you go and try for finish, you saw you been left out.
Yes, did they talk to me, brother 91 CC? I say it dey look nice with them people maybe because they get connection. But Austin Johnny don't make a threat to be to say if he ain't they spare you because you get good relation, it don't put a threat. Sometimes if not true, because if he Adebayo threatening, Austin Johnny threatening, look the level of the capacity of them people. Adebayo not just an ordinary man. Austin Johnny belong to a political party, and then people are like Attila. They don't send the messages them. We don't cause harm to people them because then they are the side of government, who the police, who the soldier. So Adebayo all in threat through it can follow when something then say something they happen and that he follow with your own voice because you not get no group, you not get nobody in the ground way they say it do so. So if then people have put a threat like this will not take it serious. Some of who people and they win and Northern we not get a political person in the country there, but you never know which kind of thing will they pass. So if you say baby we need for condemn them here, and the president even need for condemn that. The reason why I put this now the the example of Arun Subairu and the Alpha Saidu them, where Anes Kurma been they in power, may not to also related to Anes Kurma. But the way when he didn't take the country, he even talk he says some of the social media today who don't come, some disrespectful, some he said, but he get for beer, now that you dey pay for democracy. That's a vice president they think. And if I give kudos to way I get sense, because I can't open me up from politics way, Second Stephen promote way SI could not be get one word. Why you know they respond to their negative talk? He say when somebody pay me, he feel pain. That way somebody make noise, he don't feel pain. So if you know wisely that you hear somebody make noise, ask him what happened. By this way, you get away from solve problem. But if that's not the way they are, we dey look APC and SLPP na the same APC and SLPP. You not honest to be safe. You know mean say if you praise, you say the truth. If now you God not forbid the next leader of Sierra Leone, let me say under NGC or under SLPP. If now you God not say they be the leader, I like to praise the APC. Cannot therefore stop your leadership. But let me say things that they give direction to the people and that they shame the party back will not do well. Let them know say will not do well. Some people and then the SLPP will not say if they criticize them the fact, then they take into consideration. So this now need to take this to for this first one.
Thank you very much, sir. Make a call on Mr. 91. Let you respond before I bring Mr. Zubairu. Thank you. Oh, we get a caller. Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself. Where side you call from?
This is Lord's fault.
Hey, welcome, sir. Happy birthday. Happy birthday from all of us here.
Thank you, darling.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much. I appreciate you all. Yeah.
Yeah,
Once
welcome.
Salon, I'm not get back today because I'm not happy.
Yeah.
If I'm happy,
yeah.
the conversation now like if you want to talk about Adebayo is a freelance. You understand me? As compared to Austin Johnny, we belong to a political party. That's scary. And the political party, that means that una they say una support them for stop people who they want protest against the government or then they show them concern. Because citizens are right for show concern. Then you know for stop citizens for showing concern. You cannot. That is not. It's not right for you to stop citizens for show concern. So what they pin me more like if you get a government like this with the left of Johnny, they speak on the name. Say the security forces. You mind they take the role of the security forces. Not a genocide. Not a genocide, not a murder. I mean say if Austin Johnny kill, because I don't what they look at. That the syntax and they will get for look at as a Sierra Leonean. Yeah, that Austin Johnny get the power of Madabu. You should not make the same Madabu for go. Madabu is not democratic anymore. Madabu they allow that person be for carry state terror, for carry state killing. That's what they talk about. So, and when you go to the Hague, that's what the Hague they look for. So the governments they protect because nobody know the kind you see the Minister of Information not come against them kind of statement here. So the police not arrest Austin Johnny because Austin Johnny, who is he speaking for? SLPP. Then the DBN APC. APC never pull one statement. I mean, party they don't want the pull statement say they for go against Madabu, you know. Now really concerned citizen. Now we they say Madabu for go, which make Madabu for go, and then just so because imagine Austin Johnny now they threaten me. Austin Johnny they threaten we as a people. Austin Johnny they threaten we now we vote for them, say for kind of power. Austin Johnny they threaten we say we not for show concern. Austin Johnny say they will go against that APC. When they go against APC, okay, now a political party. Not a totality of what they call so. And SLPP when that them in a governance. Madabu when in a governance because they call say in the grassroots idea of SLPP. He associates himself. Why is Adebayo not associate himself with any political party? Understand me? Yeah? Adebayo they show concern as a Sierra Leonean. Like how me say they show concern as a Sierra Leonean. We not say for good faith. We not say for good born person. We say for protest. Protest now they make so like person at war.
Thank
protest
you so much, sir.
War.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much. And the panelists then go respond. Yeah, thank you.
Humanity now Johnny they preach to. And me say be protected by the state institutions. Be protected by the state.
So I think Sarah, this will be another Mr. Lawrence, before I bring the panelists, then this will be another defining moment. Defining moment as to I think there was one time where them being ask the main opposition say neden how you call where the main opposition may get for pull a statement say whatever words coming out of Mr. Jibril Bangura's mouth has nothing to do with them as a political party. So this will be a defining moment as to how the current government go handle this unfortunate with the audios them from their own supporters and members of their own political party, because it's critical for a nation and for every Sierra Leonean. It don't matter if na APC come, the supporters then do that. It's critical for every Sierra Leonean. So we will watch and see, and we hope that the best will come out of this for the betterment of Salon and Sierra Leonean. Thank you for calling, sir. All right, Mr. 91, come on in, sir.
Thank you very much. Before I go to the next level, I just need to clarify something. The criticism registered by me, brother, at the NGC. You see, like I earlier on stated, in the APC, we get social open inclusive values. We subscribe to the democratic dispensation as the rule of law dictates. We not a violent party. We not a party we know peace, and we the only preach peace. When Austin Johnny, the causaness by Koroma, Attila the causaness by Koroma, many the cause Madabio. We notice we get a good coach. The former president, Dr. Anes by Koroma, say you will criticize and remain respectful. If I go to the statement of Hanan, it said leaders need to know that the absence of disrespect does not have the same positive impact in resolving disagreement, conflict, or tensions as does the presence of respect. You don't see that? Respect is an action, and we, the APC, we are an action party. We show respect even if we criticize the SLPP for the Lunge Bridge when they license and they build when they don't get forever build. We show respect even though we criticize the SLPP for the bakery when they say it get for employ 5,000 people, where EB say in order for even employ 50 people. We criticize the SLPP and we show respect to the leadership, the presidency of this country. We tell and say, sorry sir, but we hold you responsible for the death, the murder, when they kill people in Apademba, the one when they kill Natombo, na Makeni, na Lonsar, to name but a few. We don't need for behave like Austin Johnny. So yes, I respect the presidency. You know why? Because I know get for behave like Austin Johnny. Me say me na a PRO na this party. The APC na a democratic party. We know say waiting Austin Johnny the after we send the audios maybe of Attila Austin Johnny. We know what we do. After we don't certify them, say this alleged Austin Johnny audio where identify himself. We get other audios that we get on file, all they compare and contrast. And you read the audio there. We know what we get for do. Because like they say, them voices then they that threat they made them make afraid. To hold the government responsible because it is our job. Allah Allah lil mujahidin fi Pademba Road. The people that were dying at Pademba Road are mujahidin there. The one that were dying at Losar, na Tombo, na Makeni, na mujahidin there. You look there, you kill them because you know say largely it's not your support base. We know that. We are being respectful. We are being law abiding. We will not have to resort to profanity or anything. I don't want to waste time in that. We respect the leadership and we respect begat respect. We need the cause manicos. My brother, earlier stated, he said, Adebayo say, I am not APC, I am not SLPP. He said, me na the CEO of Love Salon. But the SLPP, they look for excuse for every time. Even this stage, when they try to orchestrate this protest, we know on. The whole party, they all meeting at the party office. Then they give them boys the red and white t-shirt. Let them come out tomorrow. When they come out tomorrow, they fight gas power. You know what they do? Then they begin going on at APC places there. na genocide. And I tell you, I say, we are both by the security forces then, for let them protect we. If they fail, the international community will step in. Earlier on, my brother at the NGC again stated say how Anes by Koroma abused the constitution, he sacked Sam Sumana. I'm not sure my brother is following incidents. He even alleged say they arrest Iskandri. I not see my legal luminary Iskandri commenting on that. But the situation we may understand for my legal luminary, I think that we get an intrication at court whereby the judge asked him for apologize, and I think he did. He not get nothing for do with the APC. Then they talk for Sam Sumana. There was a process.
Okay,
At the camp. In the talk for Sam Sumana, there is a process. Now, what I am saying, I am not saying the APC party. The APC party during the tenure of office, you know, get police officers who may have perpetrated one or two things there, but it is not officiated, orchestrated as it is. The amount of sacking, if I don't work with you, if I don't work for you, why would I work with you? No cohesion. We need to see that thing like for every Alec Renkamboku, the inheritor. Jacob Yusuf Safa, aka JJ Blood, they lie with impunity. Where is the bread and butter? We see all the things that they happen. We they respectfully present them. But we in the APC party, for make a closer section, make a come to this thing, we need a make cool because we're not a democratic party. We believe so we get the largest membership in this country. Real membership currently standing. Check with PPRC. You will find out, say, the SLPP, NGC, C4C, all political parties put together, we get more members there. I don't know how we lost election in that regard. However, they don't declare the SLPP say they are winners. We respect that. Because we are Democrats. We will only hope they, when they declare us as winners, they will respect that as well. We need respect because respect begat respect. But that don't mean say the lies they are telling, we are not unearthing them, we are not bringing them. We not say above where they kill Namakini, where they kill Natumbu, where they kill Nalusa, where they kill Napadembaro. The Secretariat issued strong statements in that regard. And we notify with partners there, with friends there, the international community, civil society, then don't go dumb today. They're not able to talk. Then you get people blaming the former president, Anes Baikoroma, say, if we break silence, the miniman call a Kobobo powerful. The day where Anes Baikoroma, they break silence. Now, after we don't bottle up everything, it will sit down categorically and respectfully, if they put them on. It already don't teach us enough. The SLPP, they look for excuse. If it and by Corona grab till they come, they say APC, please do not remain law abiding. We are not do this, like they said alive. Now the opposite thing, if they give APC come and let them go. Now he keep quiet. They say, why you for keep quiet? He for talk. So now, I say this to you, Khadija. The APC is a democratic dispensation. We believe in. We believe, say, we come back in power. And for some of the people they were left with, like my brother there, the legal luminary, Iskandri and others, we ask for long come. Of course, Comrade Sanko Ilano, Usai, we in the APC would pull each other up. We draw strength from our victories and learn from our mistakes. But we keep our eyes fixed on that long distance horizon, not too long distance horizon. Knowing that providence is with us, 2023, when they come back in power. With always this thing, look at Abu Abu. Abu Abu, whatever he did, na full gepara. They appointed Mende ministers. They not go na Mende line. They go threaten the people and say, would they kill una, would they shoot una? Abu Abu, you not team man. Now full they teach you. For let them make you minister, you become broken. Taken in that ministry, you don't look at people there, you tell them, say you go shoot them, you don't go shoot them. Like that, it is clear. Now, video, we get everything clear. We don't get informal statements there, and then we withdraw it. And that shooting will happen, can just say, The energy ministers still let me give directives. We get on a video. Abu, we don't talk before it happen. Sadly, we get on a video. Austin Johnny, we don't get the audio. Attila, we don't get the audio. Monday is almost here. Now Sierra Leone, now about 24 minutes for make Monday go come. We dey wait for now get back that video day. Now see how Austin Johnny, then they go house to house, from mayor to members of parliament to councillors there to district chairman there to supporters there, fucking them. I am talking to you from Sierra Leone. You see me, brother? When President Bio be the opposition, he didn't maintain one word. He said, His Excellency Dr. Anes Baikoroma is my friend. There's nothing wrong about that. Okay, Honorable Mohamed Bangura, he said, Mother Bio anybody. But President Bio, even though His Excellency Anes Baikoroma in friend, he stand against her. He campaign against her. He was never disrespectful to him. I wonder now why he will keep quiet. Disrespect is being directed at the leadership, intimidation, and they kill people there. Now I make I say, I am urging you, Your Excellency. I would like to believe you are not aware of these things. The bearer of the greatest burden, if this nation should fail as a state, it's you, President Bio.
Well stated. One of the comments that we make, I want to make now we get clarity on the platform. So I will share that video there for back up your statement. We'll come right back and then we'll bring lawyer Iskandri right away before we bring Mr. Aaron. Thank you.
Yes, only because I want to report what.
I come right back, sir. Yeah.
Who they shoot anyone will kill him. Let mama left her black. You don't come up for that place, you understand? They say no SLBB. Now the thing that they take advantage. They say I know SLBB, then lenient. They're not the kill in the bio. Me, I don't tell brigade, I don't tell you. That make I come. Where are they out there? I spoke to God if I need to now. How for the better. Now make me just come. You understand? Eh? Because then you can.
All right, so now welcome back. I be just want to share that they for go back up Mr. 91 in statement. Mr. 91, sorry, I don't know. I can always put mild in. Excuse me. Okay, Mr. Zubairu, thank you for your patience, sir. No say you want to come in. Then from there I go bring Mr. Iskandri. Sorry, sir. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So I will come first with the APC side of things. For Mr. Sise 91, waiting at the hearing for Mr. Sise is all about then they come back. Then we can take power. Not all for the people them, but they want to go back and get the power and get all what them get. Now remind me people in asylum about waiting APC we don't do now we continue.
No, 1 second. Listen. Please, no go that. I want to know we focus on this
I
problem.
don't get shot.
Yeah, but I don't want to know we go get time more the debates, political debates. Worldman go can campaign with their own the NGC versus. Yeah. No, but the direction where they get now, it seems like for say one take and say now in a political debate. No, that's not the point.
I mean, we could have stopped him, but so
trust me.
Give me 1 minute in that regard.
Okay, go ahead. No problem. Yeah,
we'll move forward.
Okay, no problem, sir. Go ahead.
So, in actual fact, APC, they bring the country down. After in the United Nations and IMF, the World Bank, they get rid of all the debt them of $2.9 billion. Mr. Anes Baikoroma go and let all that money there and today they pay the same debt. That's the one. So now that make we not say APC for win, we country again. Not only that, again, we not excuse APC for preach tribalism. We not forget that today. We not forget about the roads the way.
Yeah, I think so. We don't bring another NGC versus APC, and it's not right. So we will get time. I invite you back here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I go invite you and Mr. 91, and I will come bossing ahead. We get to what they call political debate when I want pot mix up box up. So I will bring you
sorry,
back.
Khadija, there is nothing like NGC and APC because as far as I am concerned, NGC now part 2 of SLPP.
Okay, well, I make listen.
You not to make sense because
no, but wait, we get critical thing right now in the country. In a wait, in a please patient me small. We get critical thing. I don't mute in at all. Please forgive me. We get critical thing. Elect we get for take 10 hours now. So now we speak peace. Now we emphasize on peace. Now we criticize these audios them. Now we make emphasis on that. Now that's how I know do. NGC, APC, now they come back and we'll get to that debate there. I promise you guys. And before they left today, me, you, and Mr. 91 will agree on a date. They will come and do that debate. Yeah, you will tell me why you want showcase NGC and INSEF, why you want showcase your political party. I promise you, Mr. Arun.
What about me now, C4C?
Oh yes, sir. Of course. You. Oh, that will even be better. Good. So I will bring you back in all 3 back. I promise. As a matter of fact, the next few days we'll get for plan and before we left today. Mr. Arun, come back in, try for finish your own part, sir. You get as much time as you need.
Iskandri they represent APC.
Oh no, Mr. Iskandri now that's C4C. Oh.
No,
Mr. Arun, unmute yourself, coming.
Invite you for let come back. We need you. We want you to come back. We need you.
Well, when are they getting debates? You will tell her why you want to come back na APC. But all serious, no, Mr. Arun, come in, sir. Come in. Take as much time as you need. Check your device. You look there on mute because I've been getting for muting now. Sorry, sir. So now we'll give one time because you don't patient. So we go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me go back. Let me talk about tribalism because this all come out.
Yeah.
Being tribal is not a bad thing. Everybody not tribal. Obviously, me and also today, we're not Sierra Leone, we're not tribal.
Yeah.
But when we use tribalism as a wedge for divide the country, when we use them for polarize with people, then it's a problem. It's a travesty. It go out with country. Madam, what to make Madam they do this today? And if anybody say Madam not they deliberately do this, they not they look, they not they pay attention. See what they do. 90% of the people whether are in government today, now Medai people them. I love Medai people them and are they against tribalism or when somebody they use tribal as a wedge to divide the country. The military, 95% of them, now Medai people them. The civil servants them. Today, 70% of them, now Medai people them. The people that they represent across the world, 70% of them, now Medai people there today. 50% of the money where the government is spend now we country today. The revenue they can we country, 50% now wage it go. Other than they make their money than they. Now the people are within the SLPP. You tell me say the people are not gonna be disgruntled. You tell me say Mr. Adebayo not to APC. If he not to APC, it will fool the people them. Mr. Adebayo na APC. But the question is whether na Mr. Adebayo or Austin Johnny, both of them they reach people the way they want to reach. In fact, Adebayo get more audience, and the one that they sympathize to him. Now APC people them.
So Mr. Arun, okay, you make some very critical points then. You talk with authority, say Mr. Adebayo na APC. So many go want for we audience them for because we they try for be credible. Many go want to know if you get evidence for show say indeed. One second, sir, please no get into for show say indeed that he belongs to the All People's Congress political party because we don't want
if you don't get evidence, I get evidence for sure say not to APC.
Okay, please present and so
let's talk about
will help her.
Yeah, I want to know in our two give whatever evidence in I get, please for now.
Okay,
let him give evidence. If you don't get, let's just talk. Let's be honest. Now,
okay, go ahead, sir.
Not to be lying.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Zubairo.
That's a good one.
No, he said a man when they lie.
But let me tell you, right? I'm going to tell you now, Mr. 91. Not only that, me and Adebayo have conversation, but me and Adebayo don't get direct conversation on the legal where we can go. I get that fact, and I don't lie. I get on the man say yes, he wants me to be APC. can tell you this, the time when he talked to Ibrahim for APC, the same time he spoke to me. So
even me, I want him for the APC.
What's that again, sir?
Even me, I want him for the APC.
Mr. the famous Sanko Ila.
So wait, no, that is not still confirmed because like how Mr.
The man just don't tell you say you don't get no evidence.
Yeah,
I get evidence.
I want the evidence.
I you say I get evidence.
No, wait to make a decision.
Yeah. Here Adebayo on a whole week. Adebayo they convinced me.
So now that is try to say in a 1 second in a patience quick, yeah.
You can say to what was said.
Okay, so we need a lawyer
for court case before the lawyer they come, right? Yes, sir.
I know they take you time because I mean not only time.
They take Mr. Zubairu time. Yes.
If me they submit Adebayo in your video them, in your audio them, where he make a categorically clear say me not to APC, and I they give the evidence to Aaron Zubairu. Make it go now. All the membership of each and every political party, the data there with PPRC. So if you do not register with APC, then we deny you. Like how we deny, say, certain members of the NRM are not APC. Not only for Canada Secretariat, they are able independent to verify with PPRC whether they are members or not. Now, you go there, if you get Adebayo a membership card, because I feel say a membership card they determine registration card, now they determine somebody in membership. You know the registration card, you know get membership. However, our party is open, social open, inclusive values. So long as you are Sierra Leone, you don't belong to no political party, you come, you agree to with terms then, and they assure you 100% say the APC party will check your membership, the Secretary General. When Ambassador Dr. Usman Fode Yansane, if you fit the criteria, then they accept you. Welcome to our party.
Thank you, sir. I think so. We will lost you.
I don't know if you get me.
Yeah,
hello?
We've been hearing you, but we'll not be able to see you. We'll be able to see you picture.
Okay,
go ahead.
Yes. So now, what I said to this man, if they try for launch some kind of criticism, I think if this man they talk for NGC,
no, but we're not debate today.
And then they go for NGC debate.
Yeah, we're not debate, sir.
But we get KKY, who is a member of parliament. This man say the SLPP right to let them appoint the commissioner, whether the former FIU boss.
Yeah. Mr. 91, I drag you back to a discussion. I promise I say definitely before this week the end, we'll set a date after this one. So for now we go come back and get political debates. So you go represent your own political party and Mr. Zubai will go represent NGC. It will be an interesting one, but I promise you guys on that one. So now give chance to Mr. Arun back and I go finishing thoughts before we because we don't interrupt him so much. Yeah, sir. Come back in, Mr. Zubairo.
So I'm not go back to Mr. Adebayo. Whether a register or a not register, now a sympathizer and a supporter of a fervent supporter of APC, whether a register, and I can say today, some people in there where they frame for show who that they be, but Adebayo in some of the audio they not take is saying it's a local force, and another mention APC, but everything where it is say, majority of the time the way it is, there's never time you hear Adebayo cause an is by Kuma and Mami. There is never a time you hear cause Mr. Kuma in West. But I can tell you, it don't cost Madabio in Mami, in West in Mami, it don't cost Kada Young Kela in Mami. That tells you, and that speaks a volume about him. So we will not talk about that. But I'll tell you about SLPP. SLPP has failed in every front. The only thing we then get now for divide and conquer. They don't get the military to themselves, the police, and the money. So they don't take all over. And now if you can see how much the APC is silent. Now make you see Mr. 91, they make their statement and they respect the president. It work in the eggshell all around. So you can see how and you can see me as an independent who believe in NGC, a talker as it is. Madabio, it failed with. And I'm giving an example now. They get one group, what they call the legal term prosperity index, where they determine what in the country that they do, how that they improve in their country. This is not me, but an international body where they determine if the prosperity in the country they flourish, if the country they flourish. When it comes to wealth, economic growth, education, health, and personal well-being, and the quality of life. During the 2014 Ebola, out of 168 countries, Sierra Leone was 134. This is 2014. Remember, we get Ebola. In 2016 and 17, we were 125 out of 168. Today, we will not get, in 2019, we will not get coronavirus. Sierra Leone are 146 out of 168 countries. We are failing in the man to fail with country. Sierra Leone has been failed due to Madabio. And what thing they do for divide, distract, and point finger. And what how Madabio they do? If they call the other party them, like APC, as a terrorist party, for distract the people, for label them, for create fight, for tease them, for fight. Because they don't get nothing for say. And now we talk today. 50% of the money where the government is spent. Now for SLPP, we fumble them. JJ Safari, Mr. 91, we talk about. If they make $8,000 a month, when an average teacher, they make $110 per month. You see, what that man when they call Ben Kefala, when are the ACC director, when they can purge all the APC man them, watch what will happen next week. That man, if they punish teacher them, disgrace to the public. But when SLPP man take $80,000, you know, Shema, me, you don't know what another person did. These are the things that they do. You could continue to fight against this president, not in a way physically, but we go to educate the people. It's not about fight. It's not physical fight. It's all about ideology and persuade the people that we continue. And Lavali do a statistics recently, where he put last week, or this week actually, he said 1 out of every 10 person in the country say, actually 9 out of 10 people in the country say, Sierra Leone they go the wrong direction. 90% of the people they say for an entire year they not get paid, they not work. These are the facts. Almost we lifespan of the country. Now between 47 and 52 years old. Now we country today. Matter be the ferry on every front. What did they use? Now for point finger, now the other party them. For this debate, it will continue as we go along. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Make her bring in Lawyer Iskandari. I know say you want to say something. Sorry, sir. Thank you for the patience.
So what I want to say?
Yes, sir.
Number one, not to an school man lock me up, you tell me they arrest me. I can't blame them for that. So anybody will say I for blame an school man for that lie. Now a judge, what they call Saliu Sirewui, now he deny me as a lawyer, waiting we lawyers call due process. Make I tell you now exactly what happened. Me na a Sierra Leonean, not a partisan. Because I think say Mr. Sankoila, 1691, say me I get inside APC, I get APC members who can criticize APC. Not get nothing for free. That tell you. Ali Kaba was on trial. He was on trial for a crime called bigamy. Bigamy is a non-violent offense. Bail under the Sierra Leone Constitution is, as a matter of right, subject to the discretion of the judge. The judge continuously and continually denied bail for Ali Kaba. At that time, I was a card-carrying member of the APC. But not only was I a card-carrying member of the APC, I was a lawyer, and my position was the side of justice. And I said, it is wrong to continue to deny a man bail for a crime that is a crime of non-violence. What threats does he pose to society? Is he going to marry more women? I placed that on my Facebook page while I was sitting in court. The next thing I did was I also added on my Facebook page that the lawyers are too many. When you look at the prosecution table, there were 16 lawyers there on a simple bigamy case. And I asked myself, these must be 15 idle lawyers. I've been practicing law. This is almost my 27th year in California. I have handled murder cases all the way to trial by myself. Rape cases by myself. Police abuse cases by myself. Any kind of case you can think about. I mean, the only time I usually have help in my trials is when I'm handling a civil case and I need somebody to operate the machinery for me so I'll be able to project the evidence onto the screen. So then I put together a team. But I'm the principal. So I said, there are too many lawyers. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Then the third thing I said that the lawyers don't have no respect for the judge. I said because the judges in Sierra Leone don't have the benefit of a court reporter. So everything where everybody say, Nasalo, the judge get for right and done. You understand? He get for right and done. And when the judge they write anything they done, when 2-3 people they talk over the judge know they write everything where everybody see because it's not recorded. Based on that, now the prosecuting lawyer, one fat matter something I think, say what's in Balogun Logus Skoma, now he tell the prosecutor send a text. He was sitting right in front of me. Then he don't aim me at that particular time. So now Logus Skoma send a text to the judge, to the lawyer, the prosecutor lawyer. Now the prosecutor lawyer writes, say, in fact, somebody when they inside this courtroom don't write about the case on Facebook. There was no law or nor there was there any order. Excuse me.
Yeah, no problem.
Connect my computer.
Yeah.
Nor was there any order which we lawyers call a gag order, where the judge they say, "Oh, you're not performing on the case." So I was free at that point to comment on the case. So when people say Anes Koroma or APC locked me up, no. But I'll tell you what locked me up. It was ignorance. It was stupidity. It was a judge who wanted in a case that was politically tinged to be so relevant. You understand? That he had to do that to a critic of the government so he can look good to the government. But what in fact he did was he looked very, very bad to the government. Because I don't care which government they in power. Me, Ali Iskandri, at the time, I will criticize any government where they in power because the good of Sierra Leone is more important to me than anything else. If they want to kill me, make them do that. But when they go beg me, I want to beg them. When I put me by starting, when I wrap me in the flag of Sierra Leone. So I will go tell people how God, how beautiful, I tell and thank you for how beautiful of a country he are born in.
So sweet.
Why we forget government, successive government, 59 years, going on 60 years, and we still poor. We get diamond, we get bauxite, we get gold, we get iron, we get every kind of metal you can think about, something that should benefit the people of Sierra Leone. Yet still, we have governments that want to sign 99-year contract so other people they can reap the benefits with materials came from Sierra Leone and go, and with people they not benefit from it at all. I stand by that position. Any government who want to kill me, let them try it. I stand by the people of Sierra Leone. And if you not kill me, not just wrap me in the green, white, and blue. I want to prefer God knows I come out. Just in case.
You're awesome. Thank you, sir. Well stated. And I know say I for bring Shakila come in, and we've been also engaged that I forget for repeat the number. I'm sure say we don't put her up anyway. Mr. Ila come in, sir. I don't know if you want to add to that and or not take some break and play some stuff what we'll talk about. You want to come in, sir? Your device stay on mute. Check your device.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank all the panelists. Them, the thing we the urge for let people then realize. Yes, we don't go too far. For 59 years, me I did tell people then is if you fail for talk the truth, you lie, and the lie they come back and hurt you. 59 years, these two governments they run. But to me, I see now, I don't know the time of meeting a guy than the others. And even Secretary Stephen, I know half part. But when then left government, I know very well the shape of the country will it been there. Now in the work can broke in the country. We're not able to get the country into shape until the ruling are the same this 100 times. I not get nothing why I benefit from politics passionately to say I get this connection, I get this one. Nothing else like any other person. What are they look for? What the governments they do? Now, ain't me own benefit. I don't care. And I get me picking them. Then college, I get and university. I get some of my family they would don't graduate. I want let them can be the situation when they let them get able for children at their country, let them get a good job. They're not there for working for go overseas. We so obsessed for coming overseas today. A lot of people that they want to come back. Today the SLP people don't come, they don't make people them afraid like they don't threaten they are. Let me tell you, me, I want Iskandri, I read Iskandri, me big sisters and nieces, them now Iskandri in name I be they read them, but now Moiba, huh? So if I can see the Iskandri today, una don't get the law, no matter of intimidation, we don't get na Sierra Leone, or if we will see, or Arun Zubairo, one day I make comment to these people, because then are young people, them, this guy just met Mami Shuma. Now, guys, they won't be intimate yesterday. Then criticize the APC, which is good for democracy. Now things can change. And what they criticize, something don't come way bigger than what you be criticize. What you get for do. Let we come, we start for talk the truth, say this is better. No matter. During the time, I repeat this thing, the time of Ernest Koroma, me, I don't know people then die on political issue reach 5. I don't know. I don't say it not happen, but I don't know. So let me begin to get government where we say if 1 or 2 people must die because there are stupid people, there are ignorant people. But let it be lesser than the past. We see say we dey grow as a nation, as a people. But if we see things can happen in 2 years, it's never happened for the past years. Let us for put this thing, let us shame the government or the party where they and more likely now they in power today. Let me tell you now the thing where the people are there, them actually say they ban them, they land them, this, but they not sabi nothing about government. What in the panic them people here? They no one let people them come on the street, they see their nakedness, but then they do bad thing. Then they don't try for stop marking people, not for come on massive for good bear the people them, but they don't kill them deliberate. So now they not say that they return the other body according to information one, no, then they bury them Monday tomorrow. So then they try for threatening, Let people then panic, they not get the mind for coming back. For go do them thing again. If the government want cut this thing, also at say they not sabi. Therefore, don't give them people there once and for all. That's happening, then forget about that. But now today, you don't panic them, you don't make them, they're not able to sit down there and say, oh, then people that they go commodity. No. The international community, they see you like this. Now then they throw threats like this. Who say Leone will go there in mind? Where they take the money or they can't take loan now to who sabi before they get money for go develop, even in a house. You must take a loan. Then you go back invest in the country. Now more hunger and poverty is run at the country. Because when you go, you do business or you go build, you don't make over 100 trillion and then survive. For the little business where they go country. Now it make the peace is so important, is so valued. And why this government feels say all the sector for belong now all the tribe then they na the country. If then the Mende office like 30-40%, we understand most supporter of SLPP now Mende. But let that not be 90%. In fact, the military, you don't need for being in the military and the police because now they hold the security of the state. Let the people then feel comfortable. The kind ala who don't beat today, if the people then feel they're not scared for go anywhere, some people then are washula. They don't care about government. But if a threat like this they follow, mean this I want to very serious and it comes from the ruling party. We will make sure say let that not be. So if he Arun Zubaru they mention me, even me, I know get somebody in a politics who say if the government win or APC win or they claim something, but I don't want to tell any peace loving in Sierra Leone, I say, hey, the only way for pull them here to this thing then they do so. If you do NGC, you this if foresee, I say because the APC now in the bigger picture right now. I say let we punch onto APC, we match these people out, let them feel the pain of democracy, and not say match them out by matches by ballot box. That's they make them respect the people of Sierra Leone tomorrow. If they get any chance for come na power again, the one they will rise, or if they not dey na the wall again, it would then na the record say this now in the SLPP then we do make them pull them out of power. I don't tell you this now. John Mencken or they be hate them be so hate for let Obama win, but that man tell her he say now terrorist. Now he said no, mom not say that. He said I just disagree with your policy, but I'm a very good man. So that make we today. And they don't make me see Agnes by Kuruma like an angel. We don't mean say an angel in skin. But when you want pray something, because if you don't see what thing if they bear, if they control, if they use even idea for Kulam off as a president, this man not get a manner. We don't have the NPC person they see, they pull close. And first I will talk that in Ghana, Sierra Leone, APC dey na power. The first lady they tell Adebayo is to let bring key in body because I don't want to use that word. He say let them cut them. The first lady, if we are not area, say let Adebayo bring it, let them cut them. Why you for say that? So this now we get for do as a Sierra Leonean. That must be. But let me look the better side and we support the side way better. Let we gain more better. Now me will take this, mama.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a quick break and then we come right back. Thank you for your submission.
You're welcome.
We want to be polite about politics, but we should never forget that politeness in African politics can be a disadvantage. Yes. So while I keep my calm, I do not expect you to be calm all the time. I am the leader, I should be calm.
but you should not become all the time.
Yes.
They are not that forthcoming when I'm attacked sometimes on the internet, but when they do, they are very ferocious. And London Jet has been very, very, very strong in that particular front. We want to be polite about politics.
All right, guys. This is a quick one. Ibrahim, today is August 14th, 2020. Guys, it's very important that you share this video, okay? Make sure you share, because of course everything I'm doing is to call the attention of the international community, to call the attention of Sierra Leoneans across the world, and to call the attention of the world to what is currently going on in our country in Sierra Leone. So it's very important that you share. Welcome everybody. You know, the other day I did a WhatsApp audio, you know, because there was a posting that I saw on WhatsApp, and they outlined all the positions in the civil service that are currently, you know, being headed by, folks from the Medai. But Medai tribe in Sierra Leone. But before I do anything, let me just make one or two things clear. My name is, of course, Ibrahim, and I am the chairman and founder of the People's Liberation Movement. Liberation is about educating our people, and that's what I do every day, to educate Sierra Leoneans, you know, bring up sessions, give them their constitutional rights, teach them about what their civil rights are, what their human rights are, and everything. So Sierra Leone is at the fore, you know, of my heart, you know, in front of everything that I do. It's about patriotism, right? I've always been a patriot, and I believe that we have to stand for our country and not tribes, and not to stand for political parties. No, that is why I have a movement which is an organic breed. You know, it's a movement. We don't care what part of the country you come from. We don't care what tribe you are. We don't care who your father or your mother is, who your brothers are. As long as you're well-meaning Sierra Leonean that thinks highly of Sierra Leone, that is who we want for the People's Liberation Movement, because we believe that the only way we can switch and turn, you know, Sierra Leone around and Africa around is through movements, because political parties are failures. So that is why I believe in the People's Liberation Movement. It's a collective effort. Every one of us, it's a movement, right? So, but share, guys, because what I want to talk about, like I said, you know, I saw a video, I saw a posting on WhatsApp, and they pointed out all the positions that are currently, you know, being occupied, you know, by members from the Medai tribe. This is very important, because I know a lot of times we want to shy away from, oh, don't talk about tribalism. Oh, no, tribalism is not something to talk about. So I'm not going to say anybody is tribal, right? I'm just going to point out the fact, and you make the decision for yourself. That is what my intention is. I just want to point out the facts and let people, you know, make the decisions for themselves. That is the most important thing. So what I'm going to talk about, it's a bit sensitive, but it's the fact. And I want to put it out here for everybody to see, because it's when things like these happen, it's very important that we point it out. So like I said, I'm not going to go over the positions in the civil service, because I've given Sierra Leoneans the opportunity to investigate that. But I want to call the attention of every Sierra Leonean to what is currently happening, like within the military system itself in Sierra Leone. And like I said, when I'm finished giving you guys the information, then you can go ahead and make an assertion for yourself. I'm not going to be the one who's going to be judging, right? I'm just going to point it out to you. You make a decision. I don't care, as long as you're a Sierra Leonean, just be the one who's going to make the decision. Listen to me here. So first of all, when it comes to you know, the Republic of Sierra Leone, you know, armed forces, there are different, you know, levels, you know, of the military, the hierarchy of the military structure, the way it's structured in Sierra Leone. And so you have, of course, you know, the headquarters, right? So the headquarters, which is the joint force, you know, operations, that's the top level, the one at Cochrane, you know, where the headquarters is at. That's where the headquarters of the military is located in Sierra Leone, Cochrane headquarters. So that is like the, you know, the headquarters of the joint forces of Sierra Leone. So there are 9 positions at the headquarters of the joint forces in Sierra Leone. These are the people that control the military in Sierra Leone. There are 9 key positions. So I'm going to go over each one. And of those 9 positions, all of these positions are occupied by a Medai, somebody from the Medai tribe. So, but before I even start, let me just break this down, right? For you guys that are in Nigeria, Liberia, Guinea, we all have different dialects and different tribes in our country. And we all know that in the case of Rwanda, we saw how tribal conflicts really breed. It's not the best. It's nothing to be proud of, right? Innocent people losing their lives senselessly, it makes no sense. So that is why I want to point this out so we can make the assertion. And after you finish listening to me, you can make a decision for yourself and see if this government of President Julius Maada Bio, who's from the Mendi tribe, is practicing real democracy here, or what you're seeing for yourself is tribalism at its highest core. But let me break it down for you. Like I said, there are different stratas. If you have a pen and paper, you want to take this down, I would say grab a pen and paper. But it's very important that we understand some of what is happening in the country, because this is
fear of life. But Julius Maada Bio, even among EU supporter them, he not care about the better one them all. Now the one who know better, now he care about. The second position where he played that nonsense strictly for, that the position of national chairman and leader. Now he encouraged Dr. Mane for run. Dr. Mane na a moderate, sober-minded Kono man, very influential in the Kono community. But Julius Maada Bio fed him for Prince Adin who a thief man, Prince Adin who no better, simply because according to him, Prince Adin na don't be in loyal supporter for a long time. He say during the campaign term where he beat him up against Solomon Bewa, he say na Prince Adin be nominated. So therefore, Insep will be loyal to Prince Adin, even though he no say Prince Adin corrupt. Well, when you get a Julius Maada Bio, the think that way, you go clearly show say him no want the SLPP for win. He no care about the SLPP. Recently, Julius Maada Bio don't talk again. He say he only desperate for make the SLPP go make a flag bearer so that he go use that position there for go bigger money outside Sierra Leone. Now so you do 2012, now they want to do back. Therefore, at the call on the well-meaning SLPP members for join together, let we fight Julius Maada Bio. Let we prevent Julius Maada Bio for continue this tribalism. We're not good for the SLPP, not to the SLPP way than they. The founding fathers them then deliberately giving the most popular slogan when now one people, one country, because the intention that for bring all the people of Sierra Leone under one political umbrella called the SLPP and create equal opportunity for make everybody participate. Because Julius Maada Bio don't see say Dr. Mane don't get an edge over in corrupt Prince Adin. When they don't vote done, it make them turn off the light, then create unnecessary blackout. When then
welcome back. So we left off actually. I don't know if we make an emphasis for we fellow Sierra Leoneans them where they live in the Republic at the moment. Do ya we continue for plead to ina, then I not take anything in a hand, then I be law abiding citizen. Anything way long, I did continue for repeat time. It go get an ending in a patient, in a not take matter in a hand. Where you fit for yourself, you don't lost waiting you supposed for gain, but where God fit for you not the best. Now continue for remember waiting bind we together. Now we ignore the negative, and now we come under one voice for condemn waiting that they bind we together, or waiting that they promote national cohesion. We they continue for pray that God will bring peace and unity and oneness in our country, and we hope forget Salon. So Usa, we all imagine forget at this juncture. I don't want holding too long again, because you guys have been awesome. I think the discussion has went well, and we hope that it benefits we countrymen and women them, and hope that everybody go be vigilant, everybody be in brother's keeper, and we hope that these audios then will come out, then I go put her into action where it be say then go after only set of people them, As in, I know we share a lot of things today for reminding her in the advice of Madam Basita Michael, in the advice of Mr. Sori Samora, and the list goes on. Another one where I want to play to make a play, and they will come back before wrap, as a matter of fact.
So therefore, it's very critical. So if you come into governance through tribalism, through faith, through how you will rule the country. Every member of this Republic of Sierra Leone is important, and you need them. You therefore stretch out. You therefore make sure say the people of Falaba are happy. The people of Bond are happy. The people of Moyamba, Ujeong, Kambia, Kotloko, Kailong, all sides. So you know, come and try to gain power by dividing the people. You gain power by dividing the people, you know we're able to sustain and rule the country peacefully. So that is why this issue, we are bringing an issue of also a great concern to we, and as I say, we will address them, we will take the next steps, we will address the nation. I will call the political party leaders or make them come, so that we will address them as well. When you say it is about the future of the country, not of individuals, it's not even a political party. The country big past APC, the country big past SLP.
Once again, in a welcome back. So I just shared and for now, it remind we say they come from we former head of state as well, where they advise we as to how we forgot about for basically promote national cohesion. And again, like I said, God bring peace now we country. Make a give the honor to Mr. Iskandri, then first come and giving closing statement, followed by Mr. 91, and the list goes on. Mr. Iskandri, come on back, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And a good evening once again. I want to tell you, say, it's very important for me to get peace in our country. Without peace, the country never develop. Without peace, we get a general state of unhappiness in Salon. I adopt in total the statement of lawyer Basita Michael. You never get peace if you fail way Kukujumukuwe for poor people in a parliament we already don't vote for. You never get peace if you continue to arrest people because of waiting and see. You never get peace if you send police and Sugarman to shoot and kill people though. Because then people may do want to shoot and kill. Now other person they farm them too. You never get peace if you send Sugarman them in the middle of the night for go knock and blow people and do what? Just for full t-shirt where they write say McKinney Lives Matter. You see, there's one way we can fix Salon. And the way we can fix Salon is for make sure say we fix the legal system. If you see we fix the legal system, we don't need 80% of the way for fix Salon. And now it wasn't so long ago, we will get people in, whether in the present government, where they tell everybody how this movement of a red black against an excommunicated government. I'm not going to support them then, but now, they're very same people, they quiet. They kill 40 innocent people at Padema Road jail. They kill people in Alonsa, from government or the leadership. They kill people in Amakeni, from government or the leadership. My question is this: at what point in time this therefore stop? Because you know, you can only kill people so long before they decide to let's go for and go love faith back. Do we need that? Do we need the likes of my friend and small brother? Because he calls me elder brother. That's Mr. Johnny. Do we need statements from people like him? I just sent him a text. I say, I'm disappointed, be careful. Because now, this is the first time when we see when this audio, and I know Sir Johnny the talk. I know, excuse me, Sir Johnny. Now, Austin Johnny. Sir Johnny is a much more honorable man. I know him very well. Now, I apologize for associating his name. Now, Austin Johnny. When you get statements from people like Austin Johnny, it's scary because everybody don't contribute. I say, this man don't identify himself as part of the ruling class. So that makes it even bad. Now, with regards to Attila, make I tell you something. Me, I feel more sorry for Attila than anybody because he has a deficit. He cannot see. So you never see when they kill people then based on the words than a salon. Attila they America. You never go in a salon. If you're in a salon, Puskas camp, now all they get for only and for lay escape. You know what you want for go? Again, the man who respect, the man who like the music, but then comment their way they make so and not like them. I ask every one of them, APC, SLPP, NGC, C4C, and any people's liberation party, any other government. I tell you now, politics is a game of numbers. We have to convince people so a lot of people can come to our side. So far, the only party where they do that, I hate for say this, now C4C. We dey try for convince people as to what we believe in, or let them come over to the side. I want to beg you now, and tell you now, say, dear, we no need for kill we self again. Let we learn the lesson of 1992 to 1999. 7 years with Fet One and Salon, Ebo, then do we want to affect the same kind of one that the country. Today they are #1 in Africa. What then do we? We need for change. And I address this part of me closing directly to the president. Mr. President, there is what is known as command and control responsibility when you are a leader. Anything that is done in your name, whether you knew about it or not, is attributed to you. And whether if you know about it and you don't say anything about it, that's even more stronger evidence that you condone it. Mr. President, all people like me are saying is simply this. You better get the guys that are speaking in your name under control, because if you don't, guess what's going to happen? When all the smoke goes away, the world is going to blame you. Are you, Mr. President, ready and willing to accept the blame for the stupid people that surround you? The people that make stupid comments that are around you? I think it's about time you let some feelers out to someone like my little brother, who they call Mr. Austin Johnny, and someone like Attila, and all those other people who are speaking violence in your name. Remember, I lost a brother, Salami Koka, under a government that you control, or you are part of the controlling mechanism of that government. I will never forget how Salami Koka was killed. You may not have been there when he was killed, but I'll tell you what, a lot of people blame you and everybody else that was in that government. That is command and control responsibility. I will rest at this point. I am still hopeful. I'm still hopeful that you will change things. But come 2023, the people of Sierra Leone are going to change you. And when they change you, we will elect C4C as the leadership of Sierra Leone.
They come back with I say now we'll come back with our political debates. We'll just get another call. Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself and who side you call from?
The call from Jazielo Kadija.
Yes, welcome, sir. Welcome. We are with the area. In the area, man.
Yes.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
this is Mr. Samuel.
Yes, welcome, Mr. Samora.
Uncle Iskali, thank you for saying it all. With all due respect, my mentor, I admire you from the back seat. You know, you've done a lot. Keep it up. Kudos to you, sir. Everything you say, sir, is the right thing. And then we just need for, we as Sierra Leoneans, we just need to be genuine to research and then, let me always learn to say the truth. You understand? Because this time they make the country go before. The Americans, who had already for years, even though somebody not like you, who is cross or pass by them, they go still smile. And if you do anything we not right, quick, you call police. Because what you do, then take and say America can't cross. And always you say so on the right things. Not very much to say. The only thing where I get to say, the president, I said yesterday, the president gets to go back to the drawing board. You understand? The president gets to go back to the drawing board and take and say, this not a junta business being and coming area. Now people will vote for it. People like Austin Johnny, they all of them, I don't want to call them because I don't want to make them be relevant to the conversation. But what they say, sir, when are we able to advocate for letting people, letting citizens say, Sierra Leone is for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is not part, not a section of people, particular type of people. Because at the end of the day, when government change, these same people will make sure they will come back and begin to start for pricing and forgive them, begin to make all those kind of stuff. Let them do it to the citizens. That's all I can say. Marabio, Mr. President, with all due respect, sir, try to unite the people. The country is divided. Try to unite the people. Not allow ego or bring you down the game. If you allow this, Mr. President, trust me, you will beg for your exit to that country. You will negotiate for your exit to that country. Trust me. Sierra Leoneans, we are not fool anymore. We are not fool anymore. If we do unto police and call, we can do unto you. We can do unto you. We can do unto you. That I can tell you. I don't care how all the one go and put out and do this. When we people in common are asleep because of tired of the situation, we can't kill we. Or single we all can't kill we. We can't kill we because we don't use for the one. We can't kill we. But we come out for say the situation at the country not right. We not they come out with ammunition, we not get gun, we not get nothing, but we just ran the up, like how people in match go, make it to police and call and tell police and call say, we tire, enough is enough. We go do that one day too now. Trust me, we go do that one day too now. Because they can make country and the few they enjoy. 80% of the people that were in the government, they not ever they salon. Who said they in the UK and they waiting in work na McDonald's, work yonder. So now, Papa, what I tell you, sir, Mr. Madabio, unites the country. That's all. Arrest in case. If not, we come out. We not come out with gun, we not get nothing, but we can't kill we. That is all. We ready for that. And we determined for that. We determined for that. And nothing they well that, we will go for that. We will come out today. We will come out today. Definitely we will come out before the end of the 5 years. Thank you very much. Arrest in case.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Yeah. All right, sir. In Abiyaria, man, Mr. Iskanu, they commend you a whole lot. You're one of his mentors. I don't know if you want to say anything or not bring the next person. You've been undone it. Oh, you've been there actually they talk, right?
Just very quickly say thank you very much.
Yeah.
I am a mentor to a lot of Sierra Leoneans, both here and in Sierra Leone and around the world. I am very grateful to God that I have reached the age where people look up to me.
Oh, and I am one of those. Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution to Sierra Leone as a whole. Thank you, sir. Now bring Mr. Zubairo, then Mr. 91. I not left you last, so sorry. I will bring you. Thank you for your patience. Go ahead, Mr. Zubairo. Say your last words or your closing statement, sir.
Yes, Ms. Khadija, thank you for inviting me,
Thank
even
you.
though we get miscommunication and nothing happened, but I think the time was right. Thank you very much. Again, me as a Leonian, I don't do America for almost 30 years, and actually I left Salua at 19 years old, but that could tell you the age now. Thank we say we dig for Salua we contribute. We contribute physically, financially, and also advocate for we people then. Not for anything but because we love we country. What I would say, the only way we country will flourish, the only way we will see we country better, Dr. Iskandri, not only because we're a family, but I get the utmost respect. You know, a statesman, and you will continue for speak truth to power, and we always respect you, sir. But until we get rid of tribalism, regionalism, nepotism, me and Dr. Iskandri will have Fulaton and create them. We're not getting no space that that country did. They not consider we. They look we as an outcast. But we don't believe in that. We will still speak truth to power, and the one that we believe we could make a change. In 1992, Bill Clinton say the economy is stupid. They choose Papa Bush. But today, I would tell the Salone people with respect, I would say Salone politics is stupid. Because they choose people them because they come at the north or they come at the south. Now could they choose them. Not because of what they don't do or the things that the ill what they don't do to a country. How they don't destroy the country. Not so that they think, but when outside and come out. Then they vote against their own for their own benefit. Waiting to benefit them and they vote against them. And the politics stupid. Not vote for somebody because come outside, come out, or still you poor. Manabio don't destroy the country. The trade export, what they exporting them, the money they get in 2012, now $1.1 billion. Now we take as revenue in our country. But 2013, the export, we get $2 billion. We come our country. Even when we get Ebola 2014, we still get 1.5 billion. We fumble them. Today, we export not only 487 million from 2 billion. Malabio has failed the country. Tariff today, you bring something in the country, it's so expensive. So you're not able to bring product in our country. You give all the rights to the Lebanese for being rest of our country. Not we wouldn't also if after that we're able to take rest go to our country go feed the people. As much as we need for feed ourselves, we're not able. Now Lebanese them. Now they do them. For example, to chicken, all the Lebanese they no more they bring anything a day. Politics stupid. Passport expensive today. Even the meter for give people a light, as poor as people are, doing an as by coma in time now 700,000 for meter. Today, now 1.2 million for meter for light. When an average person not able for it get $1 per day. With politics stupid. Until we able for fight against the norm, where they get for to do the same thing over and over. Every party we come, then they use the same thing. They use buzzwords them. They intimidate we. They use tribalism for divide we. Until we able to come back and say enough is enough, we will still continue to be the same Sierra Leone as the other country that they improve. We just decline. Khadija, thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you as well for honoring the invitation. Truly appreciate you. Mr. Mohammed 91, come on, sir, before we give it a closing.
I want to start by thanking Harun Zubair and, of course, my legal luminary, beyond Big Brother, Iskandri, and of course, my comrade, Shankoila, the social media enthusiast. Now, to me, I am not going to make appeal to a man I respect so much because of his office, President Bio. I'm not going to make an appeal for peace. I'm only going to highlight why peace no dey, because it's like we get a Cold War. And one of the things then we make peace no dey, the SLPP no get a well-functioning government. It is very important we highlight that. Until the SLPP will get a functioning government, not a government where if you see voices there, the alleged audio claim to be Austin Johnny, if you read their voices there, they just don't feed in. Even Adebayo, and they see people and they listen and they pull Adebayo and they listen to them at the verandas there, now their houses there inside Mutka. If you see Austin Johnny, they mention that, it bother them. Can you imagine? Because there is a vacancy. Austin Johnny, they say, we need the left matters now, we they grab now, we they take matters now, we earn. Because there's no well-functioning government. It feels like, say, in a stakeholder, the security apparatus, when you will do the onslaughts, when in wants. So they have to do their job themselves. I am hoping and praying the Austin Johnny, I know, is not the one in that audio. Now make us say allege until we do trials. The other one again, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear, sir. Go ahead.
The other one again, the video not is here. The other one again, when no day, na equitable division of resources. Just like I mentioned, I am sure it is many equitable division of resources. You don't care, you look all the known mandates there. Excuse me. You stack all. You didn't mandate them. Now the Timni man, we get for feed in family, now the north, and get for struggle. Then you still want to impose the visions and aspiration of the SLPP. You want to say one country, one people, let the answer. No, then they don't say one country, southern people. Then another very important thing again, why peace no dey, you no get good relations and cohesion. The president has been encouraged by even foreign powers. They reach out. When you win election and you get already in sharp side, hey, reach out, make let the other people that you for building, and you they encourage them. We they respect you, but if we don't work for you, we won't work with you. Then you therefore accept the rights of the others. The one the way they come up for go protest, allow them. Look at McKinney. Government no get property, Khadija. That generator, government na caretaker. Now government buy, but them buy from McKinney people. If you go for go take up, because the information, free flow of information all day, for let them understand either from under the government or then your stakeholders them negotiate. But what do you see the next day? The presidential guards them. In fact, the police then are later the car. 14mm bullet, anti-aircraft, what they shoot plane down with. Now maybe they use. And it not surprise me for make us see an inquiry. Later say government not use live bullets. I am not surprised. You know why? Because not to them get for do the investigation. Now we will come back in power. Now we have to do the investigation. And when they will bring the facts out. To me, people that day when they die, when not to through police brutality, or when not to the one way they arrest already. The hunger and starvation that increase. Then they say to them, they see they are angry boku. But now what you they get a starvation. Food don't go up. As you can see, Arun Zubairu, you know data other than the data of Anes by Kuruma. Is so proud of Anes by Kuruma in legacy. Yet, me I not say the 1 foot there, the other 1 foot there. He don't give credit to Anes by Kuruma indirectly. I want to tell and thank you for that. Then look at where you commend this country. That product of the APC, for God's sake. And I know say C4C. Me, I don't know. I don't see the difference. You understand? So Arun Zubairu, Now this APC, where they na NGC, because the visions and aspirations of APC is reflected in this man. It is unfortunate sometimes the one that way they drive the wheel, when supposed for when the president starts the engine and then go, you know, it is unfortunate sometimes to get in there and there and box up. But what I want you to do, judge us by the legacy of Ernest Bai. It meant well. He really meant well. So if I reach the Khadija, I want to tell you thank you. I just want to encourage everybody for letting trust in the APC. They kill Makedi, Mother Bionoto. They kill Pademba prison, Mother Bionoto. Chombo Losa, Mother Bionoto. Yet there are people pointing fingers saying, NS by Corona for Bionoto. Ade Kobobo of Affair, Lenoto. Namumu. Namumu. The president will get in country not talk. Even a former president, I ain't rule for now. The last time, I just want to help Aaron Zubair. The last time Sierra Leone exported rice was in 1974. I wasn't born. We need 530,000 metric tons of rice to be self-sufficient in rice production. 3 districts are able to provide that land for growth. Then what did they do? They say bread and butter. But the money where they allocate to agriculture, waiting for go to agriculture, then they go put for free and quality education. When they say the shame for take them picking a care and go for that free quality education. What a waste. Agriculture, they create employment, that free quality education, when they give returns, whose employment they create? Una not even able to give the teacher the salary where they need for let them work. Una not able to give the utensils and materials the way they need. The books then are a trap. When they count, they put the president in face and other family members there. When they give the picking, anything happen to the book, they seize the results. I had to negotiate for so many books that I have to pay for because picking the card and say, me book me don't point, me book me don't point. So if we reach it, me, I need to ask for peace. Peace no go work unless then things they are what on call happen. They're not going to happen. SLPP don't fail. All waiting me to say, so President Bio, I respect you so much. From where you get opposition, you go no say not to where you gain that power. I respect you as I respect Kekewa, as I respect Sam Sumana, as I respect all other leaders because they say anybody where they say a leader, mean I mean religious proclivity, darling. As a Muslim, they say for respect leadership. But I advise you, and for tomorrow, the Bamba, then people are already associate themselves with you. Because if it's somebody say me a leader of the grassroots, now the country, you na the leader of the party, say in na, you don't associate, hey, the bearer of the greatest burden, if this nation should fail as a state is you. If this nation plunge into war, now you know the country for whom. We don't see what happen. There was a protest action which led into war. Guess what? 2 million displaced. 600,000 people died. Medai, in no pick. Fimini, in no pick. Liba, in no pick. This has to stop. So if I reach there, I want to tell you thank you, Khadija. May God bless you.
God bless you as well. Before I make my own last statement, we wonderful lawyer Mr. Iskandre will make a comment where he want try for basically remind we of words of we ACC boss, where I can call him the what's it that the Renaissance man. So I want to play down there, then at the camp, then we finally get a closing statement before we go. And I thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good morning, compatriots. My name is Francis Ben Kaifala and I am Renaissance. The Sierra Leone Renaissance movement has called on fellow Sierra Leoneans to wear black on Monday. We call it Black Monday. It's a Monday where we are supposed to show our dissatisfaction at the way the country has been run. Since independence to date, the Sierra Leonean has had a life that is less than what we would desire. We wake up in the morning worrying about the basic things that the rest of the world has forgotten. We worry about electricity, we worry about water supply, we worry about food, we even worry about security. Successive governments have failed us. This is the time for the Sierra Leonean to refuse to accept less, and request more. We have to show our leaders that poverty is not a way of life. It is something which is man-made, and men all over the world have fought to change it. In Sierra Leone, it seems things cannot get better. Why? Why do people vote governments? Governments are voted to make the lives of their people better. If they cannot make their lives better, then that is a failure of social contract. And when there is a failure of social contract, the counterparties, in this case, who are the people, need to demand from the governments that what is done is not what was agreed. We have to stand up for what we believe in. We cannot reject, we cannot accept this way of life. We have to reject it. In recent times, the economy has been destroyed. Inflation is galloping. The dollar has moved from 4,300 leones in 2013 to 7,300 leones in 2016. Inflation is something around 12.5%. Few days ago, even fuel, which underscores the basic movement of people to engage in economic activity, has moved from 3,750 leones to 6,000 leones. Why? How do they expect people to live? That is why we in the Renaissance movement are calling on Sierra Leoneans to wear black. The black is to show that the colors that have led us have failed us. Now in Sierra Leone, black is the new red. We are not ready to accept less. I thank you.
And I welcome back. Down at one of the video where we wonderful lawyer been they talk about Mr. Iskandri. I want to take this opportunity for telling her plenty thank you when I take time out of in a busy schedule for come in today for now we join voice. Now we say no to violence. Now we speak on the truth. Now we say things the way it be say go be beneficial for we beloved country in the hope that we government officials them, the head of state in collaboration with in cabinet members them then go do right by Sierra Leone and Sierra Leonean irrespective of anyone in political affiliation. We hope that the audio of Mr. Austin Johnny and the other fellow and also other ones that we will not play today, we hope that they're not going to bring her into action where they go inflict pain in the lives of human and the fellow Sierra Leonean in property. We hope that is just that's not will come into reality. Once again, I take this opportunity on behalf of we all here for say plenty thank you. Anybody we miss in comments today or in call, please forgive we. I seen I know I've been really busy. Again, after God, without Tina, there's no salon for all. And in I know say this platform is for every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of the political affiliation. Make we always remember with him bind we together. We're not the green, white, and blue. Thank you so much. God bless we all. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. May God bring peace na the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bring peace na the Republic of Sierra Leone. May God see we through. May God make Salon get to Usa we all the imaginer. May God bless we all Usa we day, whether not the United Kingdom, United States of America, Germany, Assisi we get even Mexico today. So now all thank you for different places. India, Australia, Germany, Italy, of course, United States, of course, the Republic of Sierra Leone, and USA ever I know acknowledge, sorry, Greece as well. And also the names them too, Boku. And I thank you for make Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. God bless we all once again, and God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Bye. Thank you again to a wonderful panelists them, Mr. Iskandri, with lawyer, Mr. Muhammad Sise, 91 Sise, welcome, thank you, and Mr. Arun Zubairu, thank you, Sheikh Sankoyila, thank you. God bless we all. Bye.
Bye.
1 second, sir. It's okay. Till next time, once again, Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi.